You can call me a Wayne child all day long. I don't give a damn. You know how many Wayne children you got in your life? All of us.
I'm done. I'm done with life. And it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault.
Good women are dead. Evil bitches, rise up!
Yes, I own
How dare you say that we are not interested in families in the Black community? Yes, I own
Yes, I own Yes, I own
Welcome to the show. Welcome. Appreciate you guys for coming out today. I promised you a stream. Looks like I gave you a double header. I'm generous. I just like to give. Shout out to the audience, man. Appreciate the early birds in the chat. I really didn't come up with a really coherent stream for today. I honestly don't have much deep thought about current events right now. You know, slow news day as they call it. I do have some ideas, some thoughts I do want to flesh out though. Seeing as I got all your attention and y'all showed up and stuff. I got ideas I want to work out. In particular, there's there's a concept in Black YouTube right now I want to talk about. It's loosely related to the Black fatigue argument, low key, but it's a little bit beyond Black fatigue. So I was just over on John Galt's channel, right? And I think he's still live, but I had to I had to leave. And so while I was there though, you know, I stir up intense emotions in women. And I don't even mean to do it. I really don't. I do not intend to inflame all these deep Black female passions, you know, because I'm a holy man. I am. I'm a holy man. Laughing dog, give me a couple more days, man. I'm gonna get it off the ground. Give me a couple more days. It'll be up in the air before this week. We'll get the plane flying before Friday hits. Really, I need a little bit of artwork, honestly. I'm trying to figure out artwork for it, but yeah, no rush, right? No rush. But yeah, the white woman AI voice was crazy, man. We're gonna cover that in just a minute. We're gonna get to that in a minute. There's a couple of things I did want to play for you guys while we're here. All right, let me get a like in the video, man. Somebody like this video. Shout out to everybody who watched the vertical stream. I know how it can be. I'm not a fan of vertical streams, but let me let you guys in on a secret. That was actually an accident. I did not mean to vertical stream that. I had no idea it was done until it was already done. And then once it was up, I just said, oh, well, screw it. My bad. My apologies for the vertical stream earlier.
Some new rules expected to start next month. Now, these changes come after payments were delayed because of the government shutdown.
Colleen and Michael, these changes are coming after President Trump signed a new tax and spending bill into law back in July, known as the One Big Beautiful Bill. And two of those changes coming to SNAP or CalFresh, known here in California, include new work and age requirements in order to be eligible for the program. Eligibility for non-U.S. citizens will also be impacted. CalFresh program spokesperson tells me that right now they're still waiting for guidance from the state and a timeline. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, people that will not be eligible for SNAP benefits include refugees and people that were granted asylum. SNAP participants will also be required to work, volunteer, or participate in job training for at least 80 hours a month. And the new restrictions will also increase the age limit for people who meet work requirements from 18 to 64. Before, that age cap was at 54. The USDA also says that temporary exceptions will also end for people experiencing homelessness, veterans, and young adults 24 and younger, and aging out of the foster care system.
One of those changes already took effect on November the 1st, and this changes how we count the deductions that individuals are eligible to claim, which will impact the benefit amount they receive. Please provide us or ensure that your address is current. Please ensure that your phone number is current, because we are, as these changes go into effect, we are informing our households that are impacted about these changes and when they can expect to see that impact.
And here's a breakdown of how many people in California could be impacted under the new law. And according to data here from the California Department of Social Services, up to 395,000 people could lose benefits under federal funding cuts for SNAP. The LA County Department of Public Social Services is hosting webinars that started today to help people better understand the changes. And for more information and on how to register, you can head to the DPSS website.
Once upon a time, there was a godfather of the Black Manosphere. He's no longer with us, but once upon a time, this godfather, they called him, he told us all that winter is coming, borrowing a phrase from the great Game of Thrones TV show.
So did you guys see all of the female-dominated professions that will no longer be considered professional starting in 2026 summertime? And yes, there is a list. So if you went to school to be a nurse practitioner or an advanced nurse practitioner or a physical therapist or a teacher, which is a really big one, there's a lot of other ones that are on the list that are very much so female-dominated spaces. They are saying that you are no longer a professional anymore. Your degree means nothing. All the people who have gone to school for these things and worked their butt off for 4 years or 6 years, it doesn't even matter anymore because they are changing the whole system. And this is just the start of Project 2025. I do find it weird that they're only choosing the ones that women dominate. I find that really strange because it seems like to me, they are trying to take a lot of steps backward. If you are a woman and you have gone to school for this or are going to school for this, I would definitely look into this and probably raise hell. This is not okay. But you know what's weird? They have taught us what to do and how to do it and to trust in the system for so long. And then when you actually grow up and you do it, they flip the whole system. That's just what they do. They're evil people.
Now, what he's referring to is a reordering of certain governmental policies, which it basically means that certain programs won't receive as much government funding, if at all. So like nursing, that kind of thing. I forgot all the things he just said, but you know there's more. The money is drying up, girls.
Now, I knew nursing degrees were on the list to be deemed as non-professional degrees, but y'all didn't tell me education was on the chopping block too. So apparently every day that ends in day, I wake up to news from that orange menace, the Department of Education, and that wrestling lady. And today I just found out there's a whole new list and a whole new category of degrees that are to be deemed non-professional. And the list goes as follows. Nursing, of course, I reported on that last week, but also you can add physician assistants, physical therapy, audiology, social work, education, architecture, accounting, speech and language pathology, occupational therapy, counseling and therapy, mental health counseling, engineering, and business master's degrees. So isn't it odd? Isn't it curious?
Now, for the record, boys and girls, this is how you properly wage a gender war. All right? It's fun to get on panels and make the girls look crazy and talk about all their patterns of behavior, but if you really want to win, you got to remove the money, man. You got to move the money. Put the homework in the bin, ho.
Physical therapy, audiology, social work, education, architecture, accounting, speech and language pathology, occupational therapy, counseling and therapy, mental health counseling, engineering, and business master's degrees.
Now, you can go to school for these degrees. I'm sure there'll still be a program to learn this knowledge. But what is important right here is that the government is removing funding. And that's the key.
So isn't it odd? Isn't it curious that these are all women and female dominated careers and professions? And isn't it odd and isn't it curious that these are all professions that are court mandated reporters, that if we see abuse in any shape, way, or form, we have to report it? But let me hone in on education.
Right. We fired all the official Karens. Good move, Trump. You know, Trump, MAGA is dead. Let me not really sell you a dream, but all in all, the last year of the Trump presidency has really been like 60-40 on the positive side. I won't lie. I don't like everything he did. The things I hate were big things, but he did a lot of good stuff on the whole, though.
That's my background and that's my specialty. A master's degree in education is no longer a professional degree. A master's degree in education is no longer a professional degree. So you know what that means? They gonna let lottie-dottie and everybody up in this classroom teaching your kids? Oh, fun fact, they already are. So I got my master's degree between 2000 and 2001. And I had to get my master's degree in order to get licensure, in order to even be in the classroom in the early 2000s. It was required. I could not teach without my master's and my license to be in the classroom. Now, they don't give a damn.
If teaching as a profession can be threatened by something as basic as homeschooling, how economically valuable is teaching? Which is not to say there is little intrinsic value. That's not the point. Teaching is immensely valuable, but economically, financially, there's just not a lot of money in it, Cupcake.
And who's in the classroom? And if you're a parent, that should concern you. It should concern you that there's a teaching shortage. It should concern you that they don't care about higher level advanced degrees for teachers is no longer needed. It should concern you that you don't know who is in your child's classroom.
Honestly, I'm kind of over teachers as an institution, no lie. Ever since the BLM thing and the kids marching for justice, and you know, in North Carolina, they got the kids going out on protest in some of the schools right now. They're teaching the kids how to have homosexual romantic encounters, and I'm just not really feeling teachers right now. Now is not the time for me to be supporting anything that teachers want, bro. You're just gonna have to suffer, man. Put the homework in the bin.
It's not the teacher. It's not a sub. Hell, it could be cafeteria worker, janitor, paraprofessional. Who knows? They're trying to privatize public education and force you to either buy into the voucher system or pay for private school or end up homeschooling your kids. Mark my words.
I think education going private is one of the things that really could save education at this point. Because, like, if you're Home Depot and you're setting up a program to make like more blue collar professionals, you have little to zero need for any type of wokeness, right? All that stuff has to be imposed on you externally. But as a private corporation, you just don't really need it.
Bunch of nurses just walked into work to find out they've been laid off.
I don't know what's going on with the healthcare system, but they are excluding nursing as a professional degree in the Department of Education. Department of Education proposal aims to limit student loan access for graduate level nursing students. New proposal removes nursing from definition of professional degree programs. Let's see what the professionals got to say about this.
Nurses just walked into work to find out they've been laid off. Yeah, 350 workers been laid off from Pottstown Hospital. Nurses are saying they're blindsided. They had no idea. And they're trying to process all of this. They don't know what they're going to do. They're just trying to process it right now because they were laid off out of nowhere. They're in a union, and they said that, you know, this layoff language, protection language, was in the contract. They laid off nurses in the ICU, float pool, closed down one of the med-surg units. Devastating.
What's about to happen in the healthcare system, everyone's trying to lower cost. So what they're doing now is actively seeking out nurses from overseas. So from the Philippines, yep, Africa, that's happening. Real time, you heard it here first. Trust me when I tell you, the the healthcare systems are actively looking to find nurses, CNAs, nurse practitioners to come over from overseas, get them to pass the boards here, and they're going to hire them here. Of course, they're not going to pay them as much.
Now, I wonder if any of this got anything to do with these private equity companies that I've been telling y'all about. Remember, I told y'all that these private equity companies are buying up hospitals. And I'm hearing that Trump is in talks with a private equity company to sell the student loan debt to them. So I'm just wondering, man, do all this stuff tie in to these private equity companies? Because all they care about is their bottom line. All they care about is their net profit. They don't care about nothing else but their net profit. And they don't have to follow a lot of rules that most of these companies have to follow because they are a private company. They set their own rules. So let me know in the comments what y'all think, man. Do y'all think this ties into these private equity companies?
Carmen in the chat asks, won't this lead to more access to becoming a nurse? Not exactly, no. It will open up the market for maybe foreign nursing in one weird way. But really what's happening is that the money that you would otherwise borrow for free to take these classes backed by the government, I think they're just removing the money that a lot of women were accessing in order to get these degrees. So the degrees will be available in one capacity or another, but the government is pulling itself out of the business, which on the whole is a good thing. The government needs to pull back out of the paying for college business, but I'm not going to make too many predictions about how it's going to look on the actual open market because it's just hard to know from here. I do think it's more of a corporate thing, though. It's not just pure government policy, but what does this all have to do with the title of today's show? The Black Manosphere will always fall for racism. I had an interesting encounter earlier today. We're going to pull this up next here. At this point, I think the only thing that Black men and Black women have in common broadly is really this idea that we are both uniquely oppressed in one capacity or another, and that we are we're fighting racism together, theoretically. And I've noticed this for a long time now, right? Even as I look at politics, I remember years ago I asked this question of the Democrats. I was talking to somebody else on a panel, like, outside of racism and all the fears of white people, etc., what can you tell me? What can you sell to me that would make me vote Democrat, right? Let's say I believe everything about racism and all that, but beyond that, what are you going to offer me? And honestly, it occurs to me that culturally, I think Black men and Black women are at that same kind of fork in the road. And I realized that theoretically, like the concept about the gender war is that Black men are getting with all the worst women, and then they're taking this image of Black women and painting them as the worst women possible. And I think there's a little bit of nuance in that, right? Even with the allegedly desirable, well put together, polished, dare I say, elite type of Black women, they're more often than not, and judging just by internet conversations and a few personal interactions I can think of in life, there does seem to be a weird competition that Black women are waging with Black men. And it's almost a one-sided competition. Feminism in and of itself is like a one-sided competition. Like, feminism is born on an attack. Well, not an attack, and an accusation, right? The whole concept of feminism is born on an accusation that you men have been doing awful things to the women all this time. And I think that a lot of the Black women have just begun to adopt that posture to the point where, as men and women, we're beginning to have little in common other than the fact that we're both Black together and allegedly we're supposed to be struggling. But I want to share a clip with you that I want to review something that happened earlier today. One of the things that I hear often is this alleged male loneliness epidemic. And I always wonder how these little social phenomenons apply when it just becomes Black America, right? Like the incel crisis. I don't really think there's a lot of incels in Black America. I mean, there may be some guys who just don't get laid, but I don't know if it's as pronounced as like the media would like to think. Because Black men, by and large, are kind of what's the word? Lustful. You know what I mean? Black men tend to be on the hunt. It's a cultural token in Black male life to be on the hunt, you know. And the hunt almost never ends either.
Yeah,
And
hell
so,
yeah. He ain't lying.
And so
he ain't lying.
I don't know that Black men are really incels and lonely. And as a general rule, I don't think men are lonely the way people try to describe it. But I have a clip pulled up here in the Black background, bro. The women are experiencing loneliness and solitude like women have never known before. And I think you're on to something where there are a lot of Black women in Black America who just don't get the love they want. I mean, some of it's for obvious reasons, some of it's for less obvious reasons.
Damn, I fucking hate my life. I'm in the Amazon bathroom trying to be quiet about it, but one thing really made me really upset. I saw a girl and the dude playing around, flirting and stuff like that. And it's like, damn, do I look that motherfucking bad for me not to have nobody flirting with me? Damn. It's like half of it, I hate my fucking life. All the dudes flirt with the other girls. Dudes really don't flirt with me, or am I? It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen.
Jeez.
I know, it's probably because the way I'm shaped, all types of stuff. But I had to go in the bathroom because I was literally about to cry. Nobody flirts with me.
Now, John, let me stop it for a minute, because nobody flirts with me is a soul-crushing line, bro. Nobody flirts with me. Damn. Like, I don't even talk about it but I get flirted with every now and then when I'm out in the world. Like, god damn, imagine nobody flirts with me. That's such a hurt thing, bro. I'm trying not to even go in hard on Shorty because life hard enough for her, man. Her ass is where her stomach should be. Everything is just going wrong in her life, you know. Here's the kicker though.
Hey, hold on 1 second before you say that. That's why we see all the fighting in these stores and shit.
There you go.
That's why if you fucking leave a ketchup out of the order, a pack of ketchup, she going into a rage, and it's inexplicable to the person, to the all-seeing eye. You be like, what?
Alone and unloved, bro. It's way more common than you want to acknowledge.
Hey, listen, do you remember when I covered the sweet and sour killing here in DC? Does anyone remember that?
That just sounds like a cartoon.
Two little girls, 14 years old. Two little girls, 14 years old. On the night before school was to start, right where I do my live streams. It was a young Black girl, and she was murdered by her friend over sweet and sour sauce. Universal said he remembers it. If I pull them pictures up, I ain't even got to tell you why. You know it. I've seen it, right? You know what I'm talking about. And that kind of anger, that shit started at 14 years old, right? 14 years old, that girl built up anger, probably been picked over, looked over, and the damn girl that she ended her life, she was probably gay because she had boyish-like features. She wasn't highlighting her girlish-like features, but you could tell she was still kind of cute. And the brute girl that killed her You look at her, she look kind of like this girl. And it's a real serious problem. Go ahead, Fonda.
John, why are you using this image of the Baphomet to represent Black women?
Is that the devil? Or you got?
And here's where it all went left. Now, mind you, notice up until this point, right? Calm, peaceful, clinically diagnosing social phenomena here. No personal weight added to it. I mean, John was, he laughed at the girl, but apparently we triggered a landmine.
Of the Baphomet. John, why are you using this image of the Baphomet to represent Black women?
Is that the devil? Or you gonna let the devil?
This literally is Cerberus.
Hold up, come on now. Why she gotta be all that? Now you got to make me sense.
Black women.
You about to make me defend Black women.
The worst, most frightening. This woman, that's not even a woman. For me, is public enemy number one. All of my problems that have ever occurred in my life, I really sat back for the past few years and thought about it. It always goes back to this creature on your screen. Why are you using this to represent Black women?
Can I ask you a question?
Actually, it wasn't even John. It was you, Hoodservative, which is no surprising. Hoodservative.
Oh, shit. It's like the demon done turned its little red eyes onto me now. First she was going to fight with John, but then she realized, wait, John is not the chosen one. Hoodservative is the chosen one. He is the boss level. He is the holy man I must conquer.
Why are you using this to represent Black women?
Can I ask you a question?
Actually, it wasn't even John. It was you, Hoodservative, which is no surprising. Hoodservative, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe you may be in a ghetto marriage with a non-Black woman. Hopefully you do marry this woman and have a family and proceed and ride off into the sunset. You absolutely, this is what I don't understand.
A nerve. I struck a nerve, John.
No, strike a nerve. You should do that. If you don't, I don't understand, like with a lot of Black men, you have full rights. The civil rights movement, first and foremost, was to allow you, that's really what you all wanted, to be with non-Black women and to not be unalived, to legally and safely be with non-Black women. It's been 60 years. You absolutely can be in a relationship, hopefully a marriage, with a non-Black woman and have non-Black children.
No, Carmen, I am not in a ghetto marriage. I'm saving myself for you, all right? If I'm going to get ghetto married to anybody, it's going to be you, baby. I could not do that.
100% are no longer in the Black community. You are now in a non-Black woman's home. The mother is the home. The man, the father, is the household. You as a Black man, you cannot, it's not even just leaving the Black community. You can literally start a non-Black woman's home. A white woman's home. You can have children with a non-Black woman. Therefore, you're starting a home, but with you as the household, because you're the man, with a non-Black woman, and live your life to its fullest and its greatest, and be away from the Baphomet. There's no reason to even bring up the Baphomet. This is the problem. They are the problem. That when it comes to child abuse, when it comes to problems in the workplace, they are problem number one. They don't even work. I have story after story after story of my own experience with these type of women.
Now notice how you hate the image of the Black woman here. Yeah, you kind of lash out and all angles, right? You don't have direct hatred. You have like an all-consuming hatred, you know? If she's problem number one, how come I'm getting the hate for highlighting her?
What hate? Why even bring it up?
You look at what you just said about me. You just made up a whole character profile about me simply for highlighting it.
Here, highlight what? What hate are you getting? What
you just made up an entire an FBI profile about me
what FBI
because I highlighted your alleged mortal enemy.
What FBI profile?
Everything you just made up about me. The alleged marriage, the alleged white woman.
Are you with a non?
Like I said, you just made up an entire FBI profile because you have to look your enemy in the eye. And this is not your enemy. This is the other side of your coin. She is you too. And there you go. She is you too. And this is a huge issue under the surface of the Black American gender war thing. It's like you have the spirit of the angry fat bitch right now. I can hear it coming out of you. If you got angry fat bitch in your heart, let it out. If you have a fugly fat woman in your heart right now, let it out. Let the hate flow through you. Don't get up here and pretend to me that you're beautiful on the inside and the outside. No. Will not be falling for that.
Oh man, hate.
Because you have to look your enemy in the eye. And this is not your enemy. This is the other side of your coin. She is you too. She is you too, God damn it. That's the point. That's what
and
you
they
don't
once
want.
again
You
have
want
their
her
knee
to
on
be
your neck.
associated
That
with
is
you.
you.
That's
That
what
is
you hate
you.
right now. She
What
is
you
you.
hate is the fact that you cannot.
You hate you. You hate you. She is you. And you don't want to hate you, so you'd rather fight me. That's what's going on here. You don't want to hate the other image of you, so you want to fight me. And that's a thing that's happening. It's really like, if you think about it, a lot of times, you get into these weird panel arguments, especially with the women. And it's almost like you're not even arguing with me. You're arguing with this avatar of something that has been haunting you psychologically for God knows how long. It's like you're attempting to use me to fight the ghost that you've been running from for all this time. Like, I am an avatar for the things that really bother you in life. These bitches need hugs, bro.
Responsibility. Everyone is fighting you. There's always a problem. They're fighting me. It's those people fighting me. You are a man and you're complaining.
You just made me the enemy. I didn't say anything negative about the woman. I didn't say one negative word about the woman. I was giving this woman as much empathy as I could. John was saying negative shit. He was laughing already. You just made me the problem because you don't want to look at your other self. You don't want to look at your other self. This is your inner self. This is the you that you run from.
That is the Black woman. Dolomite, you're 100%. That is the Baphomet. That statue in Times Square is that Black woman on this screen. You never have to be with this statue.
Those statues are worldwide now. They got that statue in Times Square. I think they got one or two of those in Europe, like in Italy or something like that. Milan, maybe. They got a statue like that in Australia. You have gone global, baby. This is out of my hands. This shit bigger than Nino Brown.
Conservative. Go be. And I'm
everywhere you go, you're still her.
Of course I am. And everywhere you go, you will never be accepted. That knee will be on your neck.
I can live with that, though. And there it is right there. In order for her to defeat me, a Black man, and her being a Black woman, the one trump card she can always pull is the white man. She can be an evil, petty bitch, but that doesn't matter because white man.
You want me on that wall. You need me on that wall.
And this is where we fall apart. And this is where the Black men in the community, they attempt to pull up their resume. I bought X amount of backpacks for the children this year. I have 20 turkeys for Thanksgiving ready to give away right now. Black men start trying to defend their racial resume because I can't let her use the white man to dunk on me. And it's really like a paralyzing moment for a lot of Black men. It's like either you maintain your quote gender war posture as the man, or you have to now fall in line with the racial argument. And yeah, listen, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. I'm trying to leave the white man out of this, bro. She kept bringing up white women this whole time, by the way. Like, one of her whole strategies is to constantly invoke the specter of whiteness, that I may be distracted. You know, I'm not going to be distracted by the whiteness. You know, I refuse to be blinded by the white. All right. And look, don't get me wrong. I'm not one of these black people that have like a grudge against white folk. But by and large, most of y'all ain't all that special anyway. I don't even understand what all the buzz is about, honestly. It's not like all of you guys are just absolutely awesome. By and large, they're just regular goddamn people. It doesn't bother me when dope things get killed by the police.
For air.
I have no concern about that. That's the difference. You're at war with your identity, and I'm at peace with
my
it.
identity.
That's the problem. You're at war, and I'm at peace. Be at peace with your fat bitch identity, bro. You have to be at peace with your inner fat bitch. That's the problem. You're at war with your inner fat bitch. Make peace with that inner fat bitch. That's what you got to do.
I'm at war.
That's what you got to do. You're at war with your inner fat bitch.
Then be with a non-black woman. Just go do it.
You have an ugly inner fat bitch that is making you angry, and you need to be at peace with that shit. I'm at peace with my inner nigga, all right? My inner George Floyd is happy right now. My inner George Floyd is okay. You have an internal fat bitch that is driving you crazy right now, and you don't know what to do with that. You know, this is what identity struggles look like. You know, like I said, I am at peace with my inner nigga. I say it all the time on the panel. I try to be better. I strive to be more just of a regular American. I don't even have big, fantastical goals. I just want to pay my bills and keep my, keep the tax man at bay, right? That being said, I am a nigga. I have niggered, and I most likely will do something niggerish from time to time in the future. But I'm okay with that, right? I feel nothing when some nigga gets his justice. You know what I mean? George Floyd ain't got shit on me, baby.
Conservative. Be with a non-black woman. Go marry a non-black woman. This will be solved. Have children with a non-black woman. Marry her. That means the home will not be a black woman's home. It will be a non-black woman's home. Go do it. You absolutely can completely leave this lifestyle, completely leave black women. You can live a life where you will never even see.
She told me that I could completely leave this lifestyle. It's like she's trying to do some type of weird gay reversion therapy. Bitch, what you mean leave this lifestyle? What the hell are you talking about? You hear this shit? This is like, it's like when niggas start simping and they say all kind of crazy things. Like, bro, what do you even mean? Leave what lifestyle?
With a non-black woman, marry her. That means the home will not be a black woman's home. It will be a non-black woman's home. Go do it. You absolutely can completely leave this lifestyle.
Bro, is she trying to like convert me? What is this? What are we doing? What are we doing? I don't even know what you mean. Leave what lifestyle? And all I did was play a video of a fat chick who's poorly shaped, and she said nobody flirts with me. And now I gotta leave my lifestyle behind. You want me to stop driving trucks? Like, what is it? What is it that I'm supposed to leave behind because this fat bitch don't get flirted with? The nerve, bro, the nerve.
Completely leave black women. You can live a life where you will never even see not one black woman.
Notice how I'm the problem, even though this is her own mortal enemy. Not her own statement, this is her enemy, but I'm
problem am I saying that you are? I'm giving you a solution. I'm giving you
a solution. No matter what I do, you will always have an inner.
Of course, I'm giving you a solution. You still cannot take it.
No matter who I marry, you will always have a raging fat bitch in your heart, and that's the problem for you to work out.
You are
angry at peace with your inner black woman. There's an angry black woman inside you. You need to make peace with that.
I'm giving you a solution. You are projecting at me when I'm giving you a solution. I'm giving you an actual solution to literally a lot of the issues right now. These women are the problem. I'm telling you, they're the problem. You as a black man, go and be with a non-black woman and have children and marry her.
What is the source of your anger with me right now? Again, I didn't even say anything bad about this woman. Why did the image of this woman make you so upset?
He is the problem. I'm not even being a smart ass. I have adamantly always stated this woman is the problem. They are the problem in the workplace. They have multiple children with multiple men out of wedlock, and then they use their oldest Black child to run the home. These children abuse other Black children. They hate Black women. They hate Black children. They cause trouble in the workplace. And then professional Black women support them and encourage their bad behavior in the workplace. I've been experiencing this throughout my life.
Why can't you and I be allies?
I don't need to allies. Conservative. Go
no,
start.
Seriously, how your enemy is my enemy, but you want to hate me though? Why?
You're still in
no, seriously, your enemy is my enemy, but you have venom for me though. Why?
I'm looking at you as public enemy number one. And what have I said that you are in any way public enemy number one?
Listen to you. You just made up an entire profile about me. You had to make me more of an enemy so you could hate me even more.
Conservative. Maybe you don't want to be with the Black woman. That's actually
again all these things in your mind about me when you're not focused on your enemy. You and I share an enemy, but you're focused on me. You understand the problem that is right now?
You yourself, you made it clear who your enemy is. You made it clear.
I'm agreeing with you that she is our enemy, though, but you have this animosity toward me for highlighting her as our enemy.
I'm giving you solutions. I'm literally stating solutions. And no,
I'm not my solution, though. It is not on you to make a solution for my life.
There is no
reason on you to make a solution for me when we have a shared enemy in common.
Be with a non-Black woman, relationship, marriage, children. Oh, it's not a solution. So you just want to spend your time complaining about the Baphomet as opposed to moving forward towards a better life where you never have to deal with them. You're a man. At the end of the day, you're still a man.
What's the assumption that I'm having to deal with them? She just complained that nobody's dealing with her. But hold on, she just complained that nobody's dealing with her. Why is there an assumption that I'm dealing with her?
Why even bring her up? Why even bring her up?
Because we were having a conversation about the need that Black women have for attention and love and affection.
Black women.
We were talking about it already, weren't we?
Why bring up Black women?
We already talking about it already? We were literally talking about
your business. Right? The only solution is no solution. Universal, that's been like the common cause for how long? Black community, no solution, doing nothing. Conservative, leave them alone. Just leave them alone. You don't have to deal with them. Leave them alone.
You said I was dealing with them. Nobody's dealing with her. That was the whole point of her video. Did you not watch the video? Did you not watch the video?
Why are you all not with non-Black women?
Why do you keep bringing up white women?
Why do you keep I didn't say white women. I said non-Black women.
Is the non-Black woman in the room with you right now?
Black women aren't Black men's business.
Is the non-Black woman in the room with you right now?
No, be with a non-Black.
Why do you keep bringing them up?
Conservative, be with a non-Black woman.
This is a Black on Black discussion. Why do you keep bringing up non-Black women? It's like there's a ghost. Are you haunted by the ghost of non-Black women?
Stay away from tethers. Stay away from the Baphomet prophet. You are a Black man. I'm guessing you've been here your people have been here for centuries. You're no longer slaves. You are, even after slavery, immediately Black men were elected into Congress immediately after slavery.
What does that have to do with anything you're talking about?
You have
the Negro moonwalk through history, bro. I tell you, do this long enough, you start to notice patterns of behavior, and the patterns become so repeatable that you can name them accurately and watch them play out over and over again. Like, why are you talking about this? Why are you dragging me on a history lesson about Black men after slavery? Who gives a shit?
Right and ability to harness, take your right, and build your life and your community. Stay away from the Baphomet, stay away from tethers, but you keep both in your mouth, Baphomet and the tether. Go leave them and build your society. You're here in the United States. Your people have been here. This is 400 years now. There is no reason you should ever speak of the Baphomet and the tether when you already have the.
This is just like the single Black mother home. We cannot talk about the problems that we have. Don't you ever speak about the problems that you have, boy. Don't you tell nobody what go on in this house, boy. Don't you go telling my business to them people, boy. This is why Black kids get abused. You know that, right?
You can literally
just you know this is why Black kids get abused, right? This is literally why Black kids get abused, right?
Stay away from Black people. Stay away from the tethers. Just stay away from them. And then, of course,
Why do
stay away
you
from the
support
alphabet.
black children
But
being
you don't want to
abused?
do it. Why
Questions.
can't you just do it?
Why do you support black child abuse?
You're still a black man. Why
You are
can't you
supporting
just
child abuse? Why do you do that?
control of your destiny and stay away from these types of black women altogether? Or if it's your choice, stay away from black women as a complete whole and be with non-black women. Just be with them and have children and marry them, not just have children with them, marry non-black women and then have children with them and build a whole household where the non-black woman, she was the home, and then you have your household because you're still a man and you're completely away from all of this, all of it.
You feel better now?
Are you going to do it?
Why would I listen to you?
Of course you're not going to listen. So we're going to stay in the same rut.
You made yourself my enemy. Everything you've done is you position yourself as an enemy.
Because I've heard a lot of black men complain about this push about black women being with white men. There's in the media, there's this push, black women being with white men, black women being with white men. I was like, that is true. And then when I heard it again on Tommy Sotomayor, he's here screaming at white men. He's angry at white men because they don't show that same manifestation, that same behavior about white.
Wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. What is he? Wait a minute. What is he angry at? What was Tommy angry about? That the white men were not.
He went off on
about what? About what though?
Because that white men don't show that same fury of black women being with white men.
That is not why he went off though. She just blew that whole thing out of proportion. And I actually saw that clip, by the way. I didn't realize until he pulled it up, but I saw that clip. She just describing it inaccurately. Hoes lie, bro.
That white men, they'll talk about no.
Wait a minute, partner. I just want to get to the root of what he was angry about. So he was angry that white men were not more desirous of black women?
No. He was angry that white men are not vocal about black women being with white men, that white men should be completely against like interracial, but that he doesn't see, this is Tommy Sotomayor. And I sent you the link.
Pretty sure she's lying.
I sent you the link. You can watch it yourself. Watch it yourself, conservative. Stop being lazy. Watch it yourself. He went off John Galt and this was Tommy Sotomayor. He was on Myron's panel. Myron Gaines had a few other white guys on the panel. For some odd reason, Tommy brought this up that he didn't understand. He was very angry. And I mean, he was angry. He was yelling back and forth with these white dudes. These white guys weren't even yelling back at him. How come that same type of fury, you all talk about black men with white women. How come you don't say the same thing about white men with black women? How come you don't and then one white guy's like, yeah, I mean, I don't think there should be any interracial, but nobody said anything else. Tommy just kept going off on it. And then he mentioned that the media keeps pushing black men with white women. And then Tommy mentioned Diane Carroll. He literally mentioned Diane Carroll.
Who is that? That's some actress.
The black actress,
Why is she even talking about white people at all right now?
From I think the 80s.
Notice we're on the white women again, right? It's a one-sided battle, bro.
And then John,
white women don't talk about you
Diane Carroll being like the F word by white men on television. Like Tommy brought this up. It's like, why are black men expecting white men to speak as much about the interracial engagement of black men with white women? It's like Tommy.
Wait, hold on.
Yes.
From my understanding, and I haven't watched.
I can bring the link right now.
Okay, you can pull it up. But
now you see how like that weird blow up just came up out of nowhere. Like, why do we even need to have these weird problems and these little petty battles all the time? And it's almost always like a one-sided thing, man. Like the women just take weird offense. They want to defend territory that nobody realized we were arguing over. And it just makes things unproductive.
Men are suffering under that patriarchy. It's not a matter of needing feminism. It's a matter of heightening our level of human rights, because both are suffering under the guise of what patriarchy is, when really it's a system of classism that is crushing men and women.
Yeah.
What
And
you said is
feminism
true.
is necessary because people don't acknowledge humanity.
Wow.
Yes, but I don't see feminism as a necessity. I would say that it's more of a human rights issue than just a feminist issue. I mean, you can be a proponent for feminism. We ideologically we could be one, but more than anything, it would need to be a human rights issue before it's a feminism issue because both groups are affected. Men cannot even take care of their families as they once did before. That doesn't necessarily mean that the concept of a traditional way of living is wrong. It just means that with the modern day economy, it's very difficult to do so. So the problem is not necessarily just men, it's the powers that be. And if we unite with men, again, like I said, it wouldn't be a feminist issue, it would be a humanitarian human issue.
Since we're gonna have an authentic conversation, Vic Hayes helped assist in the creation of Wi-Fi. It was not just a woman. A woman was definitely a part of that innovation. Since we're gonna have an authentic conversation, and I do believe
The patent is under a woman, and she was actually a great actress who initially, when she brought that to the table, they actually told her to get out of the way and let the men do the job. But again, I'm not a feminist, but I'm just saying that's actually what it is.
That's not discrediting a man assisting them
At all.
that assisted men in their inventions, but it was still their invention. I'm pretty sure Apple was assisted by many women, but it's still his invention, right? So let's not take it away from the woman. But I wanted to go to Kiana. I really do agree with your perspective here as far as this being more of, like a human rights type of conversation that we should be having, right? If we're looking for a solution, we should stop trying to have these conversations where it's one against the other, like red pill against feminism, when honestly, I feel that both have been blown out of proportion at this point, and they're extreme on both sides. What type of steps, or how do you think we could come to that, especially in today's society when we have so many people who are so right and left sided, right? And it's even hard to have these conversations where we have to argue about who invented Wi-Fi when we could just look that information up. How can we get to a point where we can come together as men and women instead of attacking each other and actually focus on human rights? Or do you think that's even a possibility?
I think that's definitely a possibility. And to sit here in front of a group of people and say that that's not a possibility is saying that we are incapable of actually valuing one another. And if that's the case, then we have a very high level problem between men and women. So the uniting of one another, just as they say in a biblical sense, is that being grateful for the value, the things that you have. So we as women would have to look at men and value everything they've done. And we and men.
Now, right there, I think that's where it all starts to fall off the rails. Black women right now are in a kind of posture where they don't feel the need to value or acknowledge anything the men have done. And not only that, but when it comes to like the whole pro-Black cosmology of it all, Black men are constantly like, we took the L on slavery and we've been, under the boot of the white man ever since, technically. So it doesn't give the women any inherent kind of pride in the men at all. And so it just becomes this huge problem on both sides where the internal vision of Black people is like the oppressed Black man, which, no woman was really attracted to that. And then women themselves, this is another ironic thing I realized about the Black male-female dynamic. Black women have a kind of self-identity that exists almost totally apart from the men, whereas Black men almost self-identify with Black women. It's a really strange phenomenon. I noticed it bumping. It like pokes its head up on panels at times where like the men are way more protective of the women, the female image, the women's feelings and opinions and all that. The women have almost no care for how they approach dealing with men, talking to men, bringing up their issues with men. It is completely weapons free, guns ho, balls to the wall. But with the men, we will fight amongst ourselves about how we talk about and how we treat the women. And I realized, like, damn, it's almost like they have placed themselves above the men, and the men are attempting to hold on to their ankles as the women move up away from them. It's a crazy position.
And have to look at us and go, hey, I value what women have done. Now, if we can both find value in one another, men can say, look, I'm grateful that a woman is willing to have my child. I'm grateful that she may be willing to work in the home. All the things that men and women have done, we need to go back to being grateful and valuing that so that we can work together. When you value something, you have a tendency to treat it with a better sense of good, because you wouldn't, if you value something, like you value your home, you want to take care of it. If you value your kids, you take care of them. So if we value one another, we will help one another do great things. We can come together and however we see fit, because of course there's compromise on both sides, and we can have a better chance of actually dismantling what has been set against us, to dismantle our families, our children, our society as it is done. This is something that is much greater than just, oh, men and women are mad at each other.
You know, another reason why you can kind of call bull on the whole pro-black social political idea, the ideology of it all. And this is what I mean about the Black Manosphere will always fall for racism. No one in pro-blackness thinks that, like, there is no mass pro-black push for Black men and Black women to marry and pair off together and raise children, right? Black people only come together collectively to police the borders against white people. And it may be like other Black people, like with Africans and foreigners and whatnot, right? But as a general rule, Black folk don't come out and support things that internally would make Black people stronger and more unified and productive. We only march, we only rally, we only have movements around things that can unify us against the white man. But there is no unification internally. There is almost zero push to internally unify, which would mean the men and the women would have to come to terms with whatever modernity is and still find a way to make family. And there is just none of that. But, you know, reparations and we need our own Black nation, the police out here hunting us, like all these things will unify you as a community, but the actual community will never be communing.
I hear men say, you know, oh, well, what do women bring to the table? And women say, what do men bring to the table? None of us would be here if it wasn't for the greatness of each other. So we need to value that and get back to that.
Kiana, can I ask you a question? Do you believe that you've heard men in mass not show gratitude for what women do bring as far as their contribution, their existence, in your opinion?
I mean, I've been on, in reality, no. I typically do not hear men speaking poorly of women. I don't typically hear that. But
I think the issue with men and how we are grateful toward women is that I think men are most grateful and most appreciative of women and the wife, mother, feminine companion role. And we're at a point where women, for all kind of reasons that are beyond me, women want to be valued for things beyond that. And as a man, it's just difficult to value a woman for being like a police officer, like your womanhood and your doctorhood. They're almost parallel. They don't even intersect for me. So it's like, it doesn't make me value you more as a woman that you've achieved all of these things. Like, how do you actually relate to me on a personal level? Like all that other stuff doesn't really equate, right? Whereas I think for women, who you are as a man does kind of, you know, equate for women. It's a part of the whole deal. It's just not the same for men and women. Like there was a whole viral thing recently where this girl, this was a white lady, white girl. She graduated, she got like her doctorate or master's or whatever it is. She's, full medical professional now. And she put it on the internet, and she kind of got roasted by the men on the internet, basically like, oh yeah, another female doctor, whoop-de-doo. Like, great, just what I wanted, another blonde female doctor, right? Like, the men were just like not feeling it to the point where she had to do a whole other clapback and make a whole other post. It was a whole thing. But we just don't care as much because, and what I've come to realize, and this kind of ties back to the previous clip with questions to ponder over on John's channel. Just because they are nice and they are refined and they are, elite black woman capital and all whatever that's supposed to mean, it doesn't mean that you are particularly useful or of any actual value to me. And that's a hard rub, isn't it? Like that's a different, like for whatever reason, those things are supposed to make you more valuable in your mind, but they have the effect of making you less valuable.
When we come onto social media and we have conversations, like I said, you don't typically see the happy married couple. They're not going to get on the internet complaining about their marriage. And sometimes the negatives that we see in one another can especially with the way the media is looking to set a bonfire under everybody's feet and rage bait everybody. So they're going to focus in on that. It's not like there aren't TikToks where they talk about how to save your marriage, how to have a healthy marriage, how to love one another, be grateful for one another. They have that, but you know what they put to the forefront, and we see it all the time. So we have to really stay grounded in reality and get a reality check that everything that we're hearing online is not actually what people are feeling. Maybe some people, but the majority of people, I think, because we know how children are made, how families are made, we value one another. We can just have issues at times that may seem like that's the overwhelming consensus when it's not.
Well, I want to make one more comment, then I'm going to pass the mic. The reason why I asked you that question is because there was a couple of people who spoke who are of the female persuasion, and the first thing that they laid out with their commentary was attack towards what men were doing to women in a negative capacity. And when I provided more context on the collaboration of the invention in Wi-Fi, it was not to demote nor to minimize women's contribution. I believe most men on this panel, myself included, support what women do contribute to society as a whole. So there's an entity that seems to exist. I'm not necessarily trying to be right individually. I don't think all of us are.
I think the problem of women's contribution to society is something that we don't really speak about openly and with any depth or a lot of precision in Black America. Because I raised this question, right? Abstract concepts and all that, remember? You know that line from No Country for Old Men? If your rules have brought you to this point, of what value are your rules? If Black female freedom and independence has brought us to this point, of what value is Black female freedom and independence? If the Black community was more socially cohesive, more economically robust before the civil rights era, before we unchained women, before we began to promote women artificially in every capacity, if we were actually a cohesive people with a moral base and family ties that could maintain this, whether you through the storm or whatever, however you say that, family ties that could weather the storm. If we've lost all these things, right, in exchange for, quote, Black girl magic, of what value is Black girl magic? Black women are magical, and none of us are really all that happy with each other, apparently. And the only thing that makes us forget how unhappy we all seem to be with one another is our artificial, maybe, dissatisfaction with white people. White people are the only thing that keep us from remembering how much we actually don't like each other.
You want me on that wall. You need me on that wall.
I think we try to have expanded conversation, but there is energy. So that's why I asked you that question, because what I believe most men are asking is the very things that we've always somewhat valued: nurturing, intellect, poise, grace, spirituality, feminism, or, femininity.
Femininity, yeah.
Apologize. So that's why I asked that question. So thank you, and I'll land.
If your purpose was not to denounce or take away any credit from the woman, what was your point in saying that a man assisted her?
Because we were saying we were having an honest.
There we go. Keep it 100. Low key proving my point, isn't he? Keep it 100 says white people would make sure that wouldn't happen. Isn't that kind of the point I was proving? It's almost like Joker in the Batman. You know that time where Joker says to the Batman, "Who would you be without me?"
This conversation, just like I believe, this is my assumption. When we were talking about ingenuity, Humble Dad brought up the fact that men maintain society.
Right.
So then it was told that a woman created Wi-Fi. The only point, in my opinion, to interconnect there is to provide some level of significant value with the contribution, because prior to Wi-Fi, existence was happening. Buildings were standing, cars were invented.
Correct.
Right? Like, we didn't go down the list of those things.
That was stated.
There's another problem with a problem I noticed with this weird black identity issue, because all of the neo black identities, the black Muslims, the black Moors, the indigenous blacks, all of the counter mainstream narrative black identities, they all have a weird anti-Americanism at their core. And by rejecting America as, a product and a home for black people, it is almost to say that black men are rejecting any claim to being owners of a first world nation to any degree. And I was talking about this earlier, like, black women want to exclude black men from, like, you don't build this, you ain't did that, you didn't conquer the white man, all that. Yet at the same time, black Americans are the only black people that are native to a first world country. And I think we need to own that, Before the black woman ever got her rights to do anything, it was the black man taking the hits for her on her behalf, All the gains that black women have gotten, all the greatness and all the glory that black women have achieved over the years, a part of that is because black men have quietly supported you on the way. I know this is like a weird ghetto hood anecdote, but how many dudes was hustling, giving a girl money while she was in college and he was dealing dope, It's not as if we didn't put the work in on the ground up for the penthouse you now walk around in.
Because Humble Dad also stated that man invented most things. Women have not invented many. And so I looked up a list of women and it showed many women. And one of the many things they invented was Wi-Fi, which is what I just brought up, because as he was stating, the house that we live in, the roads that we drive on, the internet that we're on right now is because of women. And you came and said, well, let's have an honest conversation. She was assisted by a man.
Well, I think Well, it think that I would
Many
have to
men
say
were
that.
assisted by women. That
Well, then I
if
would
he had
have to
stated
say
that, and I said, "Well, I'm pretty sure it was a woman that assisted him in that." That would be me trying to denounce the invention of that man, right? To say like he didn't just do that by himself. Somebody helped him. It was a woman that helped. That's what you did. So if we're
No,
gonna be
I
honest,
think
let's say that's what honestly you were doing.
that wasn't my attempt at all. The approach, from what I heard, just from what I was listening to, we were building context. And if it still stands true. Men did invent most things. That is factually based. So to say that women invented Wi-Fi, to me, is somewhat of like a tantrum-based comment. We're not denouncing that women have made contributions. I don't think any man would say that. So to bring that in and interject that again, to me, you're doing what you're accusing me of doing, and that's not what I did. Men invented most things. This is not up for debate. We don't have to go down the list. Women too, and that's the problem. I think that
Everything is up for debate when you're when you're getting your stats and your numbers from YT men.
Here we go. Pretty intellectual. Not that she's totally unattractive, but I mean the intellectualism is not really, it's not what that word means.
That have an agenda to make sure YT men get the credit for most things. Everything is up for debate.
What I don't believe.
Now, here's another thing that Black people have an issue with, By and large, Black people are not responsible for the creation of Western civilization, Even as we may be ground floor day one members of the best Western nation, most powerful, most glorious Western nation in the world, Black people are just not overall responsible for Western culture. And there's a weird bitterness that seems to come with that, again, Black identity problems. It's okay. Listen, I'm at peace with the fact that by and large, the concept of philosophy has skipped over the continent of Africa. It's all right. It is all right that logic as a general concept is not a part of African culture. I am at peace with the fact that certain linguistic concepts don't show up in African languages, right? I'm okay with the fact that Africans have this weird vision of time. I'm all right with, yes, I'm okay with the fact that Africa, as a general rule, struggles with deep abstract conversations, bro. It does not trigger me that these ideas may not, in fact, be native to the home continent of Black people. I'm just not going to be bothered by that. I'm glad that I was born with a head start. I don't even have to figure it out. It was figured out for me.
We were arguing YT men. I think we were arguing the fact that men, white, Black, Asian, whatever persuasion they stand, men have invented most things.
When you say men, the assumption is YT. We're in a YT patriarchy, sir.
Okay, so if you want to go that direction, that it still stands true that most YT men or men invented most things. It does not denounce the position. And I don't understand why we have to have somewhat of a discourse of very trivial things. Men invented most things. Just like you're saying that the contribution of women, if they were to step away from the workforce right now, the world would stop. I disagree. Men maintain everything that you guys have as far as positions, businesses, healthcare.
You don't think like crash if women stop working?
No,
things will change.
Proven this. They've actually done studies on this. No, the world was spent
today. If women,
this is a weird thing I've noticed with like the Black female part of the conversation. It's almost like women really, the Black women, while at the time, on the one hand, they are actively on a mission to outmen the men. Yet, at the same time, they want the men to somehow be men. And it's a weird paradoxical reality. It's like a Schrodinger's type of situation. You want to outdo the men, yet you want the men to be the men. It's like, well, the men were already the men. I don't know if that ever occurred to you. The men were already the men. And by you attempting to outdo the men, you only make yourself less actually desirable to the men that you now are attempting to outdo. It's a weird situation. It's almost like a game of chicken.
2 seconds in one sentence. Red pill or feminism? Which one did more damage? Go ahead, Ty.
I think they both did damage at different times. Feminism started doing damage first, and then it ran into this red pill. I feel like the only reason we have red pill is because feminism existed.
Go ahead, Drew.
Feminism. Short and sweet. I'll expound later.
All right. Pretty intellectual.
Feminism is what saved the Black community, so it's definitely going to be red pill for me.
Okay. Keon.
Feminism is what saved the Black community. Because the Black community needed to be saved from its men, apparently. Because if feminism is a female empowerment movement, and women can only be empowered against men, it's not like you need to be empowered against bears or sharks or something like that. So Black women being empowered against Black men is what saved the Black community, according to this lady who thinks she's a pretty intellectual.
I think both were highly detrimental. But as far as the one that did the most, I'd probably say feminism for me.
HD.
Feminism.
Aisha.
Feminism.
Kind of hesitated a little bit. Go ahead, White.
Yeah, I think both have highly detrimental sides to it, but feminism probably the worst. Yeah.
I'm gonna go down this list of questions. I'm gonna start with you first, True Table. Who started the gender war first, men or women?
I think women started the gender war first.
Isn't feminism in and of itself a gender war? Like, how do you have a feminism and not have a gender war?
Mm-hmm. Why is that?
I don't believe that men ever really spent time attacking women, well, verbally attacking women in the way that it has been propagandized. I don't remember any what do you call those things? Those daytime talk shows. I don't remember them being heavily popularized by ridiculing women. I do, however, remember being ridiculed on national TV and didn't know that being a man just has so many bad components to it, from Ricky Lake to Oprah, so on and so forth.
All right, next question. Which movement lasts more? Red pill or feminism?
Feminism. Red pill doesn't, in my opinion, doesn't lie. It's not really relative to relationships. We tie them into relationships. That's not the basis of red pill. It just gets kind of swept up in there because of current day exchanges that we're having.
All right. Has either side actually helped modern relationships?
Wait, say that one more time. I'm sorry. I couldn't
Has
hear you.
either side actually helped modern relationships?
I do believe that they both have assisted. Reason being is because we're having more conversations that are, I would say, more intentional. I don't believe that there's ever been this time that I've been alive that men have spoken this much about how they truly feel and what they want to receive, vice versa.
All right, I got 3 more questions for you. Did feminism make women harder to date, or did men get lazier?
It made them harder to date.
Is red pill teaching men reality or resentment?
I think it's teaching them reality.
Notice how online, when we have these discussions, it's almost always like the male point of view constantly on trial. And what's really weird about that is these are male spaces, arguably, right? Like, a lot of these panels tend to be panels hosted by men. and then they attract a female audience, and they'll have female panelists at the same time. But by and large, it's like a lot of male spaces, but for whatever reason, in the male space, they want to put the male point of view constantly under scrutiny, but they never like hold women account to like their feminist positions. And honestly, I think it's a problem in that if you try to really make women defend their feminist points of view, what winds up happening is they'll just tap out and they won't come back and talk to you no more.
Resentment is a personal choice, so I don't think Red Pill's responsible for that.
All right, which movement avoids accountability more?
Feminism. These are easy, JR.
All right, pretty intellectual. I'm coming to you. Who started the gender war first, men or women?
There's a gender war that's one-sided in all aspects of an actual war, right? I'm pretty sure it's men unaliving women, especially Black men unaliving Black women at 3.5 times the rate. Black women are hurting Black.
Whoa, she went way left with that one. You mean like a war with bullets and stuff? Like, okay, I didn't think that was I thought we were using war in like the colloquial, metaphorical sense. I didn't think she meant that.
Black men's feelings. So I guess there's a war on y'all's feelings, but there's an actual war on our lives, right? When it comes to healthcare for Black women, I'm sure you guys have seen the videos, literally Black women being turned away from hospitals, not being taken seriously when it comes to our medical care. All of these structures are.
How is that on Black men though? If this is a gender war and you're defining it in terms of Black men are somehow physically threatening and dangerous to Black women, how does the fact that nobody at the hospital believes you fall on Black men's shoulders, right? It's not my fault the doctors think you're lying. It's not my fault that the nursing staff is tired of you, all right? How does that come up to, like, how does that fall into my blame? I don't understand why I got to be responsible because the staff down at Beth Israel don't want to talk to this fat bitch. Like, why? Why is that on me? How does any of that fall on my shoulders because nobody wants to deal with an angry, irate, out of shape Black woman at the emergency room?
I'm done. I'm done with life. And it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault.
Created by patriarchy. And while that's not necessarily Black patriarchy, Black men did not create those systems. Black men are silent. So yeah, I'd like to say that if it's a war on y'all's feelings, but it's a war on our lives, and you guys created it.
Okay, next question. Which movement lies more, red pill or feminism?
Feminism is logical. So yeah, red pill, I'd say lies more. Red pill is telling men that 666 is what gets you a woman and not having a good personality. So when
now notice the danger here, right? Obviously, she's been through some type of educational process right here. She's not Keisha from around the block, you know? She's not your trap queen, angry project woman. She would appear to be elite Black female capital, right? She thinks this, you know, she could be the one. She really could be the one. However, inside her brain, there are ideas that are dangerous and detrimental to the health, wealth, and safety of most Black men around her.
you guys have terrible personalities, you can blame it on being poor and short. Instead of saying that, hey, maybe I should like have a personality and be a decent human being and a woman would like me. But instead you want to cry and say, I'm short and poor. What am I supposed to do? You don't try to get a personality. You don't try to become a better person. You don't try to be more fun. You don't try to tell a little good kiki. You sit online and you argue and scream about the fact that you're short and poor.
Has either side actually helped modern relationships?
Feminism is really the only way modern relationships are surviving. Think about it. The majority of married households are operating under egalitarianism. It is not operating under traditional models. It's not.
which also makes modern relationships look less attractive to the men outside. Like, most guys look at other guys in modern relationships and they're like, bro, let me know when your wife lets you come outside and play, you know? Be feeling sorry for dudes nowadays, man. It's like you can't even be honest because you still in love. You can't even speak freely because you don't want to have to pay alimony. You think other guys don't notice the quiet misery, the sexless marriage, the perpetual sword of Damocles and all that jazz? Like, I mean, are we not supposed to notice these things?
Currently, the majority of relationships have two incomes. What made that possible? Feminism. You have red pill telling men to be protectors and providers when the majority of men, the average income is $50,000 a year. You guys cannot provide in this economy. Even if I were to tell you, hey, black man, do your thing, black man, me hyping you up and calling you Kang is not going to put more money in your pocket. So yeah, I'd probably say that feminism is what's making most relationships possible at all.
Did feminism make women harder to date, or did men get lazier?
Oh, feminism made women harder to date.
Okay. Is red pill teaching men reality or resentment?
Resentment.
If women are harder to date, how is that a good thing that you can attribute to feminism? Why should women be harder to date? Why should dating be harder for anybody? I mean, theoretically, like, why would you want to make it harder? It's not like it's a simple guaranteed process under any real circumstance, right? Why would you want to make it harder?
There's a whole black pill pipeline, but go ahead. Sorry.
No, you can go ahead. You want to expound on?
Yeah, it's teaching them resentment. There's a pipeline, one that goes from red pill to black pill to purple pill, right? Like to where, oh yeah, it goes far because it's a pipeline, and it goes all the way into right-wing radicalism. Because what happens is when they can't meet the 666, then they say it's hopeless for me. That's
Oh, it leads black men into right-wing radicalism. That's interesting. I feel attacked.
black pill. And a lot of our young boys are getting sucked into black pill right now. So if you are a mother of a 17, 18, 19-year-old boy and you're not aware of what black pill is, if you're a father of a 17-year-old, 19-year-old black boy and you don't know what black pill is, I think you should become aware. Because if you look at Twitch, if you look at Reddit, any streaming sites, conversation sites where they're able to talk, you will see how these young kids actually think.
How many black kids are actually on Reddit anyway? I mean, is Reddit really like an online black space, really? Like, what the hell are you doing on Reddit? I don't even look at Reddit.
So it's 100% teaching them to be resentful even before they give themselves a shot.
Okay. Which movement avoids accountability more and why?
Red pill.
Why?
I'm pretty sure feminism is telling women to be independent and take care of their own stuff. So yeah.
Okay. This is to you, then I'll open it up to the panel to be able to respond. Pretty intellectual. If your movement disappeared tomorrow, would relationships get better or worse?
Yo, if feminism disappeared tomorrow, I would cackle because I would love to see black men try to explain why they can't provide. If we all went home.
Feminism literally reshaped the economic landscape so that most people do need a second income to work. I mean, to actually, live together functionally. Like, once kids come into the picture, the second income becomes paramount. It wasn't like that before we flooded the workforce with women. And then on top of that, not to mention all the little policy nudges that women get, all the little legal cushioning that women get, it would completely reorder things. I don't think women understand how drastically different the world would look if we started to remove feminist policies from the environment. And this is what kills me. And a lot of men really look at women and are just blown away about the smugness of women, because it's like women enjoy the cake, but men understand what the ingredients are in the cake, what it takes to bake the cake. And then women are just sort of acting like the cake just happened. Like, I just wake up and I eat cake. It's like, no, I had to cut a piece of my arm off to make that cake for you. You know, it's a weird situation that men and women are really in right now. The postures are just totally incompatible.
And we all just sat in the house and just like wore long dresses and called you kings all day. I would love to see how you were going to provide and make up that income disparity. So it would make relationships hilarious, but not better.
Okay, who would like to respond to Pretty Intellectual? So you guys agree? Okay, go ahead, True.
Okay. Very, very intelligent woman she is, but I just don't agree with her perspective. And I'll tell you why. One, there's still this idea that men have provided. I don't know why that seems to be highlighted so much. If you do any type of historical data research, men have never really provided. We're clan people. You want to talk about the induction of humanity. Men have all.
I mean, provision, I don't know where he's going with this, but let me just say really quickly, provision encompasses almost the entirety of building all the things that a society needs. Women, by and large, are invisible on that front.
Always done things in groups, always. The reason why we have people working now, from what I understand, and someone can correct me if I'm wrong, women clamored to want to be a part of garnering resources. So we allowed them to go into the workplace and facilitate that. Current day conditions, a lot of things could be changed if people were to be more realistic of what they wanted to expect out of life. We're living more, in my opinion, more on the luxury side rather than just the foundational stuff that's necessary. And so it's always interesting to me that these stats are thrown out about what Black men don't earn or whatever it may be. However, we're still out competing our counterparts overwhelmingly economically. And if it was not the case, I would definitely like to see the women do a better job. If we're not being the leaders that we're called to be or whatever it may be, I would love to see them take up that mantle and do a better job in the realm that is competition amongst men. And I'll land.
Okay.
I don't know. It seems like a lot of times Black men are just caught in this weird perpetual, we have to prove ourselves to the women type of loop. And it's almost like, you know, Black men can never escape the specter of Black women, which is, it's unfortunate in that Black women, I think, by and large, they do see themselves as completely independent and separate from the men, which now it creates this problem in the gender war where the men are arguing for a position where we can be together in some type of functional capacity. And the women simply want, you know, what appears to be something like a dominant role. They want to be respected for things that the men don't really care about. They want to be heard over the voice of their own men at times. It just creates this weird perpetual imbalance. And the only people that even seem to want to fix it in a meaningful way are really the men. Yet the men are like frozen because, as I said earlier, the thing that actually does tie Black men and Black women together is this weird problem of like racism and the white man, and you know, we're all being oppressed. We got to fight oppression together. And it's starting to burn out, man. The whole thing is starting to burn out. You know, I got a couple of super chats. I need to read these super chats real quick, and we're going to get up out of here in a few minutes. Give me a second, y'all.
Hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad.
targeting women of color in the United States of America. Don't tell me because I didn't get a single apology.
Time has expired.
When my life was threatened. Thank you.
Hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad.
What's going on? Shout out to True Hype with the $2 super chat. He says, oh, snap. That was hours ago. I don't even know what he was responding to. But then True Hype again with the 5-ball. The easiest equation that people not doing is a simple cost-benefit analysis. How much does the degree/schooling cost versus what is the job pay median? I know you were responding to the job loss thing, removing certain career fields from the federal rosters or whatever. Shout out to True Hype for supporting the show. Hit that like button, guys. We're gonna wind this thing down. I'm gonna try to keep this under the 2-hour mark, maybe a little bit longer than 2 hours. I don't know, I might just freestyle the next 30 minutes of the show, but I appreciate you guys coming through. Thank you so much for your support. Hit that like button for me if you haven't already.
Give me the money. Give me the money for all that I would do. Give me the money.
Shout out to Clue Studio with the 5-ball. He says, we're in a bind, Nate. You know what? I tell you what, since you guys are in a giving mood, I think I got one last kind of non sequitur topic we're going to bring up. It's almost totally unrelated to anything I was pontificating about for the last hour or whatever, but we just might do that. Shout out to Clue with the 5-ball. We're in a bind, Nate.
Come on, share your dollar. Give me your dollar. Share your dollar with me. Come on.
Cafe Es Bueno with the $2. Can I get a hose mad for the bros? God damn it, that's right.
If you think I'm here to play around with y'all, God damn it, I'm not. All right. Hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad.
This is about targeting women of color in the United States of America. Don't tell me because I didn't get a single apology.
Time has expired.
When my life was threatened. Thank you.
Hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad.
And then shout out to Lasers again with the $2 super chat. Appreciate you guys coming through, man.
I need that money.
Have you guys heard about quarter zips? Have you heard about the quarter zip trend? Somebody wanted me to cover this recently, and I figured I might as well talk about this. So young black men apparently, and this is actually a weird kind of trend. It's of a piece, right? Because, you know, hip hop is dying. Gangster rap is kind of out of style right now. There's a lot of conversation going around the internet about street culture going out of style. Street culture isn't trendy with the children anymore. The kids don't want to sell crack anymore. I don't even know what happened to this country, God damn it. I don't even know what happened to America. When the black kids don't even want to sell crack anymore, things are changing, all right? Things are definitely changing. And apparently, there's a new trend called the quarter zip trend. You guys wear quarter zips? I think I might have owned a quarter zip once or twice in my life. It's not I'm not a fan of the quarter zip because it's like, if you're gonna wear a sweater, wear a sweater. Don't be a bitch about it, all right? Make up your mind. That little weird zip thing, it's just not really my thing, but dudes are into the quarter zip thing. It's a whole new wave, man. Like I said, the streets are over, y'all.
We go polo. We don't dress like niggers no more. Y'all can keep the Nike Techs. Y'all can keep the baggy sweats. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can keep the Gucci, the Louis. We go polo. We don't dress like niggers no more.
And shout out to polo. I've always liked classic polo wear. Even though niggas do love polo, but you know, there's a way to wear polo that is anti-black. All right. I always rock my polo in the anti-black fashion. I don't like to look like a nigga with my polo. You know, shout out to the lowlifes. You know, I am not with them niggas.
We go polo. We don't dress like niggers no more. Y'all can keep the Nike Techs. Y'all can keep the baggy sweats. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can keep the Gucci, the Louis, the Fendi. We go button up polo shirt and we go quarter zip up. I'm a rich black man now, all right? Things change. I'm not beefing. I'm not beefing with none of you hood niggers. I'm not shooting at none of you niggers. I'm not fighting with none of you niggers. If you don't have this silver card, I'm not beefing with you, nigger. All right?
I ain't gonna lie, that silver card is kind of dope. I gotta get me one of them cards, man. I gotta get me one of them silver cards. No lie, bro. If the quarter zip comes with a silver card, then I will reorganize my life.
I am a black, calm man now. I found peace. I want to start a family.
God damn it. He says, I found peace. I want to start a family. I can relate, bro. I can relate. Even if it is a cosplay, all right? Fake it till you make it, young nigga. I don't even care how much you cosplaying. Fake it till you make it. Don't stop till you get enough, all right? Quarter zip your way until middle class suburban happiness, man. I like the new trend. The new trend is like it's taking over the world. Well, it's taking over the black world. The black internet is in love with the quarter zips, no lie.
Quarter zip, half a zip, whole zip, hey. Drunk a whole cause she not much you made. I asked that girl to do the dish, she said I'm not your maid. Rock the Nike Tech out just to catch a play. I go quarter zip.
Now, Red Illusion does make a great observation. Turns out white people did have culture. Isn't that hilarious? Oh my God. Look who's copying culture now. Look who is appropriating now.
You want me on that wall. You need me on that wall.
All of a sudden, all these young black men want to dress like used car salesmen. And you don't want to give the white man his credit? All you niggas look like you trying to sell me a 2015 Kia, and you don't want to get a white man his props, bro? Come on, man.
Somebody had to do it. I am the chosen one. Somebody had to do it.
I go for a 1K. Got my credit score up to 788. I'm chilling with my wiggers. We ball every day. We gon' go to LinkedIn and just demonstrate. So many horses in my closet, men who wanna race. Invest in all these stocks and ETFs, I'm having cake.
He even rapping like a white man. He even rapping like a white man. This is middle class suburban white rap. This is dad rap.
Put that quarters in on and turn up that drink. Drop the Air Force Ones and pull up your pants. Hit the church and skin the pair cause I'm the dev, homie. On the Tuesday making my jet at the crib, homie. Hit the country club up just for the bread, homie. He never caught Z Cash, now he eating bologna.
What is that green thing he's drinking? What is this green shit you quarter zip niggas drink? See, this is why I'm afraid to be a quarter zip guy, because I don't really drink green things. It's not something I would, pick. When I pick beverages, it's going to be like red, orange, or like yellow, lemonade, fruit punch, orange juice, those flavors. I'll even go for a little purple drink every now and then. But like, what's this green shit? I'm not with this green shit, bro. You quarter zip niggas in this green shit, bro. I'm with, yeah. Listen, Carmen, you're gonna have to love me as I am. All right, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I have niggered. I am a nigga, and I will most likely nigga a little bit at some point in the future. And this is why I don't be drinking this weird looking green shit. It looks thick. It looks thick and earthy. You niggas drink thick, earthy green shit, bro. I can't. Niggas drinking thick, earthy green shit with your used car salesman sweater on. Man, come on, bro. The things you got to do to get a high credit score, bro, I tell you.
Showed up in the Nike Tech. I think he's a phony. It's gonna take a long time to fall in love with the journey. If I said I'd ever do it, then I'd do it for surely. Forerunner Toyota, and it's white and it's pearly. Quarter zip, half a zip, whole zip. Hey.
Bro, tell me these niggas don't look like they sell 2018 Hondas, bro. These niggas look like they sell 2015 Hondas, bro. This is the used car salesman look, bro. This is how every used car salesman dresses, bro. All the young ones, this is how they look, man. This is exactly how they look. The nigga gonna hit you with that in-house financing deal right after the track is finished, bro. This is the whole move. They got a whole, would you like a new Accord today? I'm telling you, man. These niggas totally swagger jacking a whole other look. Didn't I tell you when I was up there on DJ Witch Doctor channel, when I said, bro, surviving the hood doesn't give you a lot of transferable skills. You know what I mean? You're not going to learn how to be a used car salesman doing ghetto shit. You know, this is a different type of environment. This is why they had to put on the uniform. Once you wear the uniform, you start to feel like a different person. You know what I mean? Got a great 2000 Honda in the back right there. Very low mileage, good for a new young student like yourself. You start to learn the language and stuff, man. There is a power in the quarter zip, no lie. You become a whole new type of nigga.
Drunk a whole walk and she not much you made. I asked that girl to do the dishes, said I'm not your maid. Brought the Nike Tech out just to catch a play. I go quarter zip and I go for a 1K. Got my credit score up to 788. I'm chilling with my wiggers. We ball every day.
Said I'm chilling with my wiggers. We ball every day. Bruh. The quarter zip movement is a whole other thing, bro. It really is. This is something else. It really is.
It's not cool to be uneducated, unruly, violent, and far too long that's been a trend, and it's only...
Does anyone else find it extremely odd that we got to this respectability talking point, this anti-black talking point, this the real problem is black on black violence type of talking point by way of the quarter zip trend and the quarter zip movement, which was literally started as satire, making fun of performative men who are respectable. Like, it's so embarrassing. Why do we let these low racial self-esteem black people have access to phones and let them post on TikTok? It's truly embarrassing. Like, you think niggas only get shot in Nike Techs? You think violence only happens when niggas are wearing Nike Techs? Niggas can get shot wearing anything, bro. Quarter zip suits, it don't fucking matter.
Can we pull up numbers on that? Like, I feel as though if we were to really look across the internet, we could get some data on that. Do quarter zips get you shot? Like, what's the ratio to black homicides? Like, with quarter zips to Nike Techs, what's the homicide ratio? Quarter zips to Nike Techs, bro. And then not only that, what is the homicide arrest ratio for quarter zips versus Nike Techs? I think we could really reveal something deep about black life if we actually start to peel back the quarter zip homicide numbers and the Nike Tech homicide numbers. Like, how many people in quarter zips actually get shot by the police? You know what I mean? Think about that for a minute. How many people wearing quarter zips actually get accosted by the local law enforcement? You know, like, what's the ratio per zipita? That's a great phrase, Free Zone. What is the ratio per zipita? How many people get accosted by the police wearing a quarter zip versus like people wearing a Nike Tech sweatsuit, right? How about you don't even have to wear the whole sweatsuit? What if you could only afford the jacket? How many people get accosted by the police just wearing a Nike Tech jacket? Because, you know, the sweatsuit, that's like, you know, almost 100 for the top. It's like 80 for the top, 80 for the bottom, something like that. Like, not everybody trying to really ball out like that, right? What if you're only wearing a quarter zip jacket? How many people get shot by the police wearing just a quarter zip versus just a Nike Tech jacket or something like that?
MLK got shot in a suit. What are we talking about? And then you're doing this over quarter zips, which aren't that fly in the first place. Lord, keep me away from these bombs.
So obviously, you know, the quarter zip trend, it does attract a little bit of hate. No lie. I don't know what it is about young black men looking like hardworking, studious car salesmen. I mean, you would think that would be the most unthreatening, untriggering look for black men. Like, who could possibly be bothered by black men looking gainfully employed, relatively educated, and otherwise harmless, right? Who would be bothered by black men looking like that, right? Why would you be bothered by something like that? But obviously, people are bothered by it. The whole quarter zip trend is low-key a scheme and trick to stop you from embracing your blackness and to actually demonize it. Wait, what is that? I didn't read it all. Even though they steal it, come a few months, but maybe I'm too woke for y'all.
How do y'all find this quarter zip shit?
Septum ring theory confirmed. All right, everybody, do you know septum ring theory confirmed? If you're not familiar with septum ring theory, it goes as follows. Every septum ring, for reasons that are almost inexplicable to man and nature, every septum ring seems to be a focal point for all kind of horrible opinions. I haven't met a septum ring yet that didn't have terrible opinions or worldviews. There's something about septum rings that quite literally retard the brain. And I think it is actually a gender universal thing. Male or female, anyone with a septum ring begins to slowly drain like brain power. It's like kryptonite.
How do y'all find this quarter zip shit funny? Genuinely. I swear, every couple of months, y'all take something that's popular in the black community, like a Nike Tech, and then start calling it words like ghetto and childish, and then find an alternative for it that's more popular in the white community and call that distinguished and for grown men. And then y'all throw your hands up in the air and look in the sky and wonder why they perpetuate the idea that everything that we do is ghetto and wrong and terrible. It's y'all fault. Y'all paved the way for this shit. If you were childish and stupid in the Nike Tech, you're still gonna be childish and stupid in the quarter zip. Wear whatever jacket you like.
That's not how quarter zips work. You never worn a quarter zip. You don't feel the middle class supremacy that flows through your veins when you put on a quarter zip, all right? What do you know? You're just a girl anyway. Quarter zips aren't even made for girls.
Like, maybe I'm too woke, but I don't find the quarter zip shit funny because I also didn't find it funny a couple years ago when all those black men put on suits and then stood around in suits. I don't understand what men in general, but especially black men's obsession is with defining themselves by their clothing and not really actively doing any. It's not deeper than just like, well, we can put on suits. I can also put on a suit. What is the point that you're trying to make here? Like, it's like costume. Like, let's dress up as the social idea of success or productivity or decent, productive human being. I don't know. I don't even understand what.
Can a nigga look decent and productive? I mean, damn. What's so bad about a nigga wanting to look decent and productive? Jeez.
Make it stop. Make the hurt stop, please. Like,
There's nothing you can do, bro. First black men, they ghetto. They ain't got no job. They don't got no ambition, Now dude is trying to be ambitious. He trying to look the part. These niggas trying to look productive. What this nigga trying to do, trying to look productive? Who told you could look productive? Why nigga can't look productive? Don't nobody trip when the white boys that you want look productive. How come it's okay for the corny white boys to look productive, but a black man can't look productive? We was productive and shit. You see what I mean?
Can a nigga live? Can a nigga live? Please.
We was productive and shit. All right. I don't care what these Keishas tell you. All right. When I go outside, first Keisha I bump into, I'm gonna look at dead in the eye and I'm gonna tell her we was productive and shit. Know what you talking about? Nigga can't look productive.
Obsession is with defining themselves by their clothing and not really actively doing any. It's not deeper than just like, well, we can put on suits. I can also put on a suit. What is the point that you're trying to make here? Like, it's like costume. Like, let's dress up as the social idea of success or productivity or.
And low-key, black women want to reach all kind of heights. They want to be recognized at all levels of American society and culture. They want to be respected. They want black girl magic to be a universal pass in every element of society. But what they don't want is for black men to have that pass, even if they've earned it.
Or decent, productive human being. I don't know. I don't even understand what y'all are trying to communicate to us. Y'all are constantly like essentially dressing up as white men. Like, that's kind of the underlying idea. Suits, quarter zips, like associating yourself with this like stereotypically white style. Hello? Do y'all not see how that's one, offensive to you as
How does me getting dressed to sell used Hondas become offensive all of a sudden? All right. You know how much money I'm about to make? I got 3 Keishas lined up right now. They need this car. You don't even know. I'm about to get this money selling these used Hondas. You just hating.
black person upholds white supremacy, but is also reductive of your like humanness.
Look at him. All right. Nice watch. Full button-up shirt. Wearing a tie even, which is an unnecessary touch, but appreciated. Red sweater matching the tie. Again, nice touch. Unnecessary, but appreciated. I'm not really a fan of the hat, but, I'm not a hat guy, so what do I know? But overall, I would give this look a good 8.5 out of 10. But all she can see is white supremacy, bro. All she sees is the whiteness in him. That's all she can see. All she look at this man and she should see white supremacy, bro. That's all she can see, white supremacy. How you look at a black man who looks productive and employed and you be like, you see, that's that white supremacy right there.
How do it equivalate?
I don't know, Keisha. I don't know. I don't know how anything equivalates anymore.
See how that's one, offensive to you as a black person, upholds white supremacy, but is also reductive of your like humanness. I don't know. It's like everything all the time with them. Nothing latches.
Damn, you know what? I ain't gonna lie. Minus the hat, I might have to steal that outfit. I might have to wear that one day. Minus the hat, I'm not a jury guy. I think he's wearing a bracelet on the other hand. I'm not really with that, but overall, I approve of the look. This is not a bad look, Got the glasses on. I would copy everything but the hat, probably. The hat does kind of top off the look, no lie. Maybe you do need to have the hat on. I'm just saying, I would think about copying that look, no lie. Red, not even my color, but everything looked good on me. God damn it. Always got to be a hater though. It's always a chick hating on the crew, man. Why, bro? Why is the black man's biggest hater the black woman? They didn't tell me this in Black History Month, all right? When I was reading up on all these Black American history, culture lessons and whatnot, nobody told me that the black man's biggest hater would somehow be the black woman. But every time I smell hate, I turn around. It's goddamn Keisha, bro. Every time. It's predictable now.
The quarter zip movement is anti-black, and just for the purpose of this video, I got on the quarter zip. Now I'm gonna tell you what's anti-black. When you go around and you unalive somebody who look just like you take the life of somebody that look just like you. All right, you go and you rob and steal and scam from people that look just like you. That's extremely anti-black. See, nothing that actually hurts the community seems to be anti-black. But anything that is part of trying to improve it always seems to be anti-black. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy that anytime there's a movement where somebody is trying to actually push the community into a positive direction, all of a sudden it's so anti-black. And then it becomes you trying to impress other races of people. Let me break something down for you. While you be doing all of the history of research and looking back on your ancestors, look up how your ancestors dressed. Look how they carried themselves, right? What y'all do right now is absolute trash in comparison to what they did back in the day. We were proud people. We were classy people. We were stylish, well put together people. We was putting that on when we stepped out. All of this degeneracy, pants sagging, booty cheeks hanging out your shorts, all of that ain't our people. That ain't our culture. Don't ever put that on us as a collective, right? That's what you hoodlums do. But that ain't got nothing to do with us black people. Us actual normal black people have always been well put together and groomed well. We took pride in looking good, right? And this whole idea that y'all think that other races of people are so stupid and so dumb that they don't know the difference between some thug with a ski mask and his pants sagging with tattoos all over his face, that they don't know the difference between him and just a regular black man? You stupid or you dumb? You think they don't know the difference between a regular black woman and a woman with a bonnet and some pajama pants on who got her phone on speakerphone yelling? You think that nobody knows the difference between those two sets of black people? You're an idiot. We don't all get treated the same because people know who's who. It is time for separation, and I love the quarter zip movement because maybe this is part of the separation that's needed. Maybe this quarter zip movement is going to help move us into a direction of separation the way other races do. Because no other race includes their trash in the forefront of their movements. It's time that we start pedestalizing our best representation. Most black people are just regular productive members of society, and it's unfortunate that those people get overshadowed by the worst of the worst in our community, and that we have to live in the shadows of stereotypes because the rest of them just can't get it together. It's time to separate.
Now, by and large, I don't see a ton of negative black female reactions to the quarter zip thing. And so I do want to put that out there. It's not all bad.
But
It was just a couple
I just want to get on here and say to the brothers who are involved in this quarter zip trend, I am so here for it. If anything, the younger generation of men are teaching the older generation of men something, because you have all of this debate about women saying they're done with dating, they're done with men emotionally terrorizing them, men thinking it's about money, so they were glorifying when the SNAP benefits were cut. these younger generation of men get it. It wasn't ever about money. It was about accountability. These young men are saying, we're taking off the Nike tracksuit, nothing against the Nike tech tracksuits, but we're taking those off. We're dressing responsibly. We're eating organically. We're drinking matcha. We're taking care of ourselves. They're not looking for women to tell them what to do, to hold them accountable, to tell them what they should already know is when you are in a partnership, whether it's a girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, you should try as much as you can to come to that relationship whole. Women are tired of not only financially supporting.
Are you hearing main character syndrome, y'all? What does the quarter zip trend among young black men have to do with black women's dating situation? Like, you are reaching way too hard, lady. Like, them quarter zip niggas don't want your old ass. I don't know what you think you doing right now. Them quarter zip niggas ain't zip nothing up for your old ass. I don't know why you out here reaching like that.
You should try as much as you can to come to that relationship whole. Women are tired of not only financially supporting men in some cases, but
You know, maybe this is my lack of blackness, but I gotta tell you, bro, I do not like the dreadlock look. All right. Not that it's always ugly, you know, it's not a totally ugly thing, but I'm just not a big fan of, dreadlocks, period. I don't think they make black women more attractive.
being the sole responsible one and accountable one for the emotional health of her partner and the family, the spiritual health of her partner and her family. She's the therapist. She's the doctor, always nagging you to eat right and don't do this and don't do that because you have to think about your place in the family. And she loves you and she doesn't want to take care of this family by herself. Like, men need to stop expecting their wives to be their mothers, their wives to be their therapists.
How you take all of that from a goddamn quarter zip? Lord. This is why nobody talks to y'all earthy bitches like that.
Their wives to be their physical trainer, their wives to be like their dietitian. Like, start to take care of yourself. That's why I'm all for this quarter zip trend, because it is young men taking responsibility and accountability for their lives. And if they are looking for a relationship in the future, and I don't think they're doing this for relationships, I think they're doing this for themselves. But when they come into a relationship, they are as close to whole as humanly possible. So bravo. Okay, y'all, it's windy in New York, but I just wanted to get on here and say,
why do y'all have to try to infiltrate everything? Because the quarter zip it's not about y'all.
Now, lady, as a dark white man myself, I don't want to brag or anything,
Shout out to all the dark white men in the chat. Are there any other dark white men out there? Dark white men, stand up. Quarter zip, dark white men, let's go.
None of these niggas have motion except for me. There has to be one real nigga left in America, in this damn country.
My man said he's a quarter zip, dark white man.
Have to try to infiltrate everything because the quarter zip it's not about y'all.
Now, lady, as a dark white man myself, I don't want to brag or anything, I'm only like 11%. But all seriousness, us white men have been wearing quarter zips since the beginning of time. We are the ones who invented a dress code, not y'all pants wearing down to your ankles, size 10 XL tees wearing. Y'all only dressed up when y'all got court. And some of y'all still don't even do this. This is the standard for us white men. We don't brag about wearing quarter zips. This is what we wear around the house. This is what we wear when we just run to the store real quick. Stop trying to say you created something you did not. You didn't even pick the cotton for these quarter zips. Let me guess. Your ancestors did, right? You were copying us white men. Now say thank you for putting you on game. And one thing about us white men, we don't even care that you're copying us. We encourage it. Love, Dankale.
Didn't expect that one. That was actually kind of funny. That was actually kind of funny. Shout out to the quarter zip dark white gang out there. Dark white men unite. There's a new future in America. Dude, there's a bunch of these quarter zip TikToks. Oh my God. Everybody's wearing a quarter zip now. I got to be different. I'm about to go buy me a shiesty. All you niggas is trying to be dark white. I'm about to buy me a shiesty, man. I got to stay black, bro. I was doing this white thing years ahead of these niggas, bro. I was exploring my whiteness while these niggas was twerking at a BLM rally, bro. I'm about to go buy me a shiesty. You know I gotta be counterintuitive and shit, bro. I gotta go against the black wave, bro. I gotta go against the black wave. These niggas about to ruin whiteness. I already feel it. I can already feel it coming. These niggas about to ruin whiteness, goddammit. Should have never let you niggas be crackers. I'm telling you, 3 years from now, that's what they're gonna be saying. Should have never let you niggas be crackers, bro. You niggas about to ruin whiteness. I already feel it coming. I already know it's coming. I can tell. This is just the calm before the storm, bro. Should have never let these niggas be crackers, man. That's not what the plan was. This was never in the plan. You were supposed to stay niggas until Keisha takes over the universe, bro. That was the plan, all right? You were supposed to stick to the script, bro. You were supposed to be a nigga, and Keisha was going to conquer. She was going to take over the world. And now I don't trust it anymore. I just don't trust it anymore. You niggas are going to ruin whiteness for everybody. White guys are going to start doing black shit just to rebel. It's going to be fucking chaos, bro. It's going to be pure chaos. And I don't know if I like where this is going ultimately. You see, this is just the me thing. This is just me. I see around the bend, you know, everybody's laughing right now, but I'm like, no, the bill's going to be due one day. This isn't going to end well.
They're looking for professional men, so now these niggas are walking around in quarter zips, jobless still. And men are just so performative, but ultimately this whole situation, like, y'all don't understand how y'all are demonizing black men so much more. Like, when they start shooting black men in the streets and when they start killing niggas, y'all gonna...
I'm sorry, but I think this is a bad take. Like, I get what the creator's trying to say about respectability politics, but it's missing so much nuance. What black men wear has always been demonized, whether it's hoodies, Nike Techs, or any type of streetwear. Like, that stereotype existed long before this trend and is going to exist long after. And I felt like the original quarter zip dude, when he said the whole, oh, Nike Techs is dangerous, and when they're saying that, I feel like that's just them mocking the stereotype. And even if he wasn't, we were literally on this app a few months ago debating why black men are not going to college and entering professional spaces at the same rates that black women are. And one thing that was not present in this conversation is the fact that black men lack mentorship and representation. Like, a lot of young black men only see themselves portrayed as athletes, rappers, entertainers, and now streamers. They don't get to see themselves as doctors, attorneys, consultants, analysts. And I feel like this quarter zip trend is kind of introducing them to that. Since this trend started, I've seen so many black men in professional fields showing their work outfits, their routines, their lifestyle, and just so many other things I don't feel like young black boys get to see. And I've also seen a lot of young black boys in their quarter zips talking about LinkedIn and business proposals. And yes, a lot of it is jokes, but it's also just exposing them to a different version of what black manhood could look like. I just feel like anti-blackness exists in most spaces, and I do want to hold space for that. But I also want to recognize that like this trend is fairly positive and it's expanding representation.
Are looking for professional men, so now these niggas are.
I said the quarter zip wasn't anything new, and that the gentleman that came out with it, they are basically taking from ethnic Black American dandyism and prep culture, and they are taking it to other, I guess, street culture, what have you. However, this gentleman said what a little bit harsher than I would say, but I still get the sentiment. Exactly. They're goofy cornball blank kids. Look closely. Social media giving blank fame. We can take it back to the 80s, but are y'all ready for the real gag? These are immigrants. And the anti-blackness that you guys are feeling is because this is being led by children of immigrants. The reason why I say that is look, you would consider this a quarter zip, right? I've had this, my friend's mother gave me this for Christmas a year ago. This is not new to the ethnic Black American. However, it is relegated to a certain class level. So because in college prep culture, you have khakis, you have quarter zips, you have sweaters, you have polo sweaters, you have just this classic kind of prep look. Okay. And it's not a YT thing. It is a YT affluent college prep culture thing. You're not going to go down and see rednecks wearing quarter zips. You're not going to go to plumbers and whatever unless they just like the style and they're wearing quarter zips. It comes from prep culture in which the standard of the uniform in school was as such, and so they just use it, and then they it moves into college. It also comes from golf wear and things like that. Like these things come from a certain class level, and ethnic Black Americans have always looked because, to be honest, because of how we had to go through, the ethnic Black American had to endure slavery and things like that, and the Reconstruction period or whatever, we went out of our way to look very, very nice. I mean, all of America at some point was, I think back in the 20s or whatever.
She really has to connect everything to slavery.
Really wanted to dress a certain way, but we specifically, because we wanted to counteract racism, classism, all these things.
We got to wear quarter zips because the white man oppressing us, man. Fist in the hair, quarter zip all the way up. That's how we get our freedom, y'all. Now I'm convinced. You know what? I think I'm sold. I think I might have to get me a quarter zip for freedom, y'all. Fist in the air, quarter zipped all the way up, fighting for justice as conservative. Quarter zip conservative, y'all.
And have self-pride. So these things, quarter zips or whatever, have been in the ethnic Black American middle class and upper class communities. I'm a part of what they would consider the boule, even though I think very differently in certain ways, where I'm very familiar with Jack and Jill. If you go to a Jack and Jill event and function, the kids are, quarter zips is a thing and it's normal wear. Like if you walked up to them and said, I'm wearing quarter zips now, I'm not wearing Nike Techs, they'd look at you like, I have like 20 quarter zips in my closet. Like quarter zips are definitely, it is a more of a upper class thing, even middle class, depending on what kind of school you go to. I think where the anti-Black sentiment comes in is when you have descendants of immigrants or children of immigrants who aren't used to this type of culture. They don't really know about ethnic Black American prep culture, and they may have seen somebody wearing it and then they adopt it and they think it's something new, but it's new to them. It's not new to us.
You talk a lot, lady. I didn't realize 10 minutes were allowed on TikTok. If you're doing 10-minute TikToks, you need to be on fucking YouTube, goddammit.
Yo, who the fuck turned wearing quarter zips into a trend on TikTok? Because now that shit became corny as fuck. These niggas wearing quarter zips just to please TikTok. My nigga, I've been rocking quarter zips for the past 2 years. It don't even feel right wearing this shit no more because I don't want to be following the trend. Niggas will deadass come to me.
I told you niggas about to ruin the Caucasian trend, man. He feel the energy. He sees the vision. You niggas about to ruin it for everybody, bro. I already see this might not be the good look that you think it is, bro. In exactly 18 months, bro, you're gonna get your first quarter zip armed robbery. You know how demoralizing it's gonna feel to get robbed by a nigga in a quarter zip with a Glock switch and a shiesty mask, bro? You understand what's about to happen to you? There's going to be a wave of armed robbery. The quarter zip gang strikes again. I'm telling you, they're going to, the quarter zip trap music, it's going to be a problem. I don't think dudes are going to maintain it. I'm like, at first I was like, fake it till you make it, but I don't think they're going to make it, bro. I don't know, man. I don't think they really going to make it.
You tell me I'm wearing a quarter zip. Like, I don't know I'm wearing a quarter zip. Like, nigga, do you see what the fuck you saying? You corny as fuck, my nigga. Stop doing that shit. You a fucking sheep. My nigga, you got no opinion of your own. This quarter zip shit isn't a trend for me, my nigga. This shit is a fucking lifestyle. You can go ahead and go back to that little Nike Tech and whatever bullshit, my nigga. You don't want your little trend hopper ass over here. Fuck on, nigga.
Trend doesn't make sense to me, albeit because I am what they are trying to replicate. But then I realized that is the commentary. I've talked about before how there is a group of Black people who genuinely does not know that Black people like me exist. And previously the idea was, okay, sure, they exist, but it's one of them in a group of 99 white people. And so this one Black person is trying to be white by doing these things, dressing this way, carrying themselves in this way, etc., etc. However, because of social media, now
he seems like an authentically dark white man. I'm getting almost zero blackness vibe off of him. He is a pure dark-skinned white man. Shout out to all the dark white brothers out there. Respect the movement, y'all. It's a wave.
Now they're suddenly being exposed to this. So it's not, oh, this one Black person is trying to fit in with all of these white people. It's like, oh, there are actually several Black men who look like this and act like this. So now it's okay because I can dress like this and be copying a...
Yeah, he sounded like he was certified by all the real white OGs. Got a credit boost and everything.
Black man rather than copying a white man and trying to be white. I think there's also something to be said about the matcha addition to this trend because matcha is a feminized drink, similar to something like a pumpkin spice latte. There's a little bit of a connotation.
I told you niggas I wasn't drinking that matcha shit. You niggas tried to make me drink that matcha. You heard him. You heard what the dark white man said. Matcha is a feminized drink. You had me out here about to drink that earthy green bullshit. No, this is why I trust my gut in all things Black, white, or whatever. I'm not going. You niggas tried about to have me drinking soy liquid. Nope. I knew it. God damn it, I told you.
It's okay because I can dress like this and be copying a Black man rather than copying a white man and trying to be white. I think there's also something to be said about the matcha addition to this trend because matcha is a feminized drink, similar to something like a pumpkin spice latte. There's a little bit of a connotation of femininity with that.
Pumpkin spice latte ass niggas, man. You niggas not gonna get me. These niggas, they tried to pumpkin spice latte me. No, I'm not going. Pineapples, I wasn't ready. These niggas not going pumpkin spice latte me. Never, bro. Never. I will die on my feet before you hit me with the pumpkin spice latte, man. All right? I can drink straight black coffee. All right? No chaser. Sugar, cream. I don't really need none of that shit. If that's all we got, I will black coffee that bitch, all right? I'm not built for matchas and pumpkin spices, all right? The way my stomach's set up, nah, that's not gonna work, bro. I can only eat and drink male approved food and beverages.
And so there's this acknowledgement of another topic that I've discussed as well, where in different social circles, masculinity looks very different. A hood man, a YN, would not be walking around with a matcha. I think that's part of the joke, right? Because that is a feminized drink. In fact, a hood character may not even be walking around with a coffee at all. Ultimately, though, this is a trend similar to the old money trend when for a month people thought that it was cool to have decorum and then they moved on. But despite it being a trend that most people will move on from, I do think it's signaling a shift. Because the pendulum is always going to swing. So you went to this very super casual look a mess part of the spectrum, and now you're going to swing back to people looking like they care about themselves. And especially when you're seeing hip hop starting to fade out of the zeitgeist, people getting, black fatigue, all of these things, I do think that it is a small indicator of the pendulum starting to swing the other way.
Shout out to Black Fatigue, by the way. I don't know if I co-sign the quarter zip trend yet, because like I said, man, it's only a countdown until somebody gets, an armed robbery and a quarter zip and a shiesty mask, bro. Just mark my words. You heard it here first. Eventually, there will be a quarter zip shiesty mask combination armed robbery, and people are gonna not know it was coming. I knew it was coming. But I do like the Black Fatigue trend overall, though. I think it's a positive movement. Niggas need to hold themselves accountable.
And of course, you always have that group who calls this still trying to be white and respectability politics, which is the worst word that Black people have ever learned. And I think that's why it's important that people like me are making content, because it shows actually it's okay to be this way. And all these other people who keep whining and crying about, oh, you're trying to be white, you can tell them to go be poor somewhere else. The quarter zip trend doesn't make sense to me, albeit because I am what they are.
Shout out to the quarter zip gang out there, man. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life for the young niggas out there. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life. And the quarter zips are a good look, though. They really are. No bull. No bull. Quarter zips are a good look. All in all, it's better to look like a quarter zip dude than not, You guys got time for one more. I got one more tragic thing in the since you guys are here and you ain't got shit else to do. Put a 1 in the chat if you got time for one more. Let me see. Let me dig in the crate real fast. There was a piece of drama I happened to bookmark. Let me see. Where is that video? It's actually 2 videos. I love drama that comes in a part 1 and a part 2. Sometimes I be feeling like, is that it? Here we go. Gotta love black love, y'all. We're gonna end on a black love note. All right. We're gonna end this show with black love. Cause you know me, I love love. I'm a holy man. I have to love love. It's part of the job. The title says man kicks girlfriend out after she disappears for 2 days. There we go. And we're off.
Charles, my leg is on his chair. Stop. Would you move, please? No. Your arm is in my stomach.
Flashback.
First of all, you accusing me of something that you know nothing about, and I don't have to explain shit to you. You can think what you want to think. That's personal, not my business. So what? This our house. Yes, it is.
You fuck the shit with the trash. You like rest of your shit out there in the trash.
Yeah, okay. And the police don't know see all.
What is he? Let me get out right there.
No.
Why you stopping me?
Because I don't want my stuff out the door.
Yeah, you stopped me still out the door.
I called the police. It's absolutely fine. It don't even matter. I told you not to do this.
You don't stay here.
I do live here. And they know I live here.
No, they don't.
They see me here all the time.
Get out my shit. Go. You don't stay here.
You're making it bad for yourself.
That's what you said. Get out my shit. What you mean? Get out my shit.
It's too many people that can vouch I live here.
I don't give a fuck. You don't stay here.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
I guess I'm
You
just here
visit.
for no
You
reason.
visit here.
How I visit here?
You do.
I guess I've been visiting here for 6 months.
You visit here. So what? You visit.
I've been visiting here for 6
I'm
months.
not gonna argue with you.
All right, you sound so slow.
I'm not gonna argue with you.
I told you to stop.
I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna argue with you. Get out my house. You broke in my house.
I didn't break in.
Yes,
here.
you did.
I can't break in the place that I live.
You broke in my house. Look at my lock.
I can't break in the place
Look
that
at
I
my lock. You
live.
broke in my house.
I cannot break in the place that I live.
Okay.
I cannot break in the place that I live. Know the law.
Okay.
Know the law, sweetheart. We done been through this too many times before.
Okay. You gonna stay here? He's a visitor.
I guess visitors get mad. He's fucking up all my important documents.
I don't care about those documents.
Yo, listen.
I don't know. You don't listen. I'm going to come back to my house.
Because this is where I live at.
No,
I'm
you
going to
don't.
come back where I
No, you
live.
don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. I do.
I'll just start right there. No.
So what? And it's going to be right back where it
No,
was.
it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
It's definitely going to be right back where it was. It's at the door because you keep putting it at the door.
You can stay there.
Yeah, now you done see. Yeah, now you done seen the lady. Now you want to calm down. Do what you gotta do, sweetheart. I can get the lights cut on in my name. Yes, I can. I don't need a lease. You don't need a lease. I live here. Crazy. That's more than enough. It don't matter. That doesn't matter. You keep saying that. That doesn't matter. I've been living here. So, Ian, you got to take that up with the office, not me. The office can't even get me.
All is going to trash.
But you probably going to get it. No, I live
No, they
here.
don't.
They see me
This
here
shit
all the
bad. Get
time.
out my shit. Go. You gonna stay here?
You're making it bad for
I
yourself.
don't give a fuck what you said. Get out my shit. What you mean? Get out my shit.
It's too many people that can vouch I live
I
here.
don't give a fuck. You don't stay here.
Yes, I
No, you
do.
don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
I guess I'm
You
just here
visit.
for no
You
reason.
visit here.
How I visit here?
You do.
I guess I've been visiting here for 6 months.
You visit here. So what? You visit.
I've been visiting here for 6
I'm not
months.
gonna argue with you.
All right, you sound so slow.
I'm not gonna argue with you.
I told you to stop.
I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna argue with you. Get out my house. You broke in my house.
I didn't break in
Yes, you
here.
did.
I can't break in the place that I live.
You broke in my house. Look at my lock.
I can't break in the place
Look
that
at
I
my lock. You
live.
broke in my house.
I cannot break in the place that I
Okay.
live.
Okay.
I cannot break in the place that I
Okay.
live. Know the
Okay.
law.
Okay.
Know the law, sweetheart. We done been through this too many times before.
Okay. You gonna stay here? He's a visitor.
I guess visitors get mad. He's fucking up all my important documents.
I don't care about those documents.
To fight with you, I'm not about to do none of that. That's what you want. You want me to hit you? I'm not gonna do that. You mad? You more mad than me.
You my house. Your house.
This is our
No,
house.
it's not.
It is.
No, you're not. You're not at my house.
Charles,
Wait till
would you
police come.
move?
Wait till police come. No. Wait till police come.
Don't touch me.
Wait till don't touch me.
I'm not touching you.
I'm not touching you.
You are touching me.
Wait till police come.
Please get off of me,
No,
Charles.
wait till police come.
Get off of me. Charles, would you move?
Wait till police come. No. Wait till police come.
Don't touch me.
Wait till don't touch me.
I'm not touching you.
I'm not touching you.
You are touching
Wait
me.
till police come.
Please get off of me,
No, wait
Charles.
till police come.
Get off of me.
I ain't touching you.
You are touching me.
Wait till police come. Wait till police come.
Charles, stop touching me.
Okay. Wait till police come.
You're squeezing me. Stop touching me. Stop touching me. Stop touching me. Why are you touching me? You are touching me. Stop, man. What the police on?
This is another reason why I'm like suspicious of like the DV numbers and the general narrative and the story around domestic violence, you know. Ass whippings almost never fall from the sky. They just don't really, it's not really how human behavior typically works out. And the next thing you know, he winds up in handcuffs because, you know, she just wouldn't stop.
Why are you touching me, Charles? Get off of me. Would you please get off of me? Stop touching me. Stop touching me. Charles, my leg is on this chair. Stop. Charles, my leg is on this chair. Stop. Would you move, please? No. Your arm is in my stomach.
Yeah, apparently she hasn't been home for 2 days, so he can't leave her. She has to leave the apartment. Allegedly, she's been staying there for the last 6 months or whatever. Now he has to get rid of her.
Oh my God. Why are you doing all this? I live here. I don't have to.
A moment of extreme male impotence right here. Now I have to wait for the law. Who knows how that's going to play out?
If you want me to leave, go to the courthouse and get eviction. Other than that, I'm not going nowhere. You're not from the streets. You want to be from the streets, but you're not. You is not from the streets, honey. Street niggas don't act like this. Street niggas don't act like this.
She want a thug, huh? She need her a real street nigga now, huh?
I hit a woman for the first time in my life, and I'm having fun.
You a bitch. You a bitch. You a bitch. You was fed off a silver spoon. Ain't shit.
Take that and whoop me. Call your brother.
Boy, you ain't even work. Why? I don't even. My daddy don't even.
Look at the defeated posture and the body language of it all. This is a difficult moment to bear as a man emotionally. Such an easy problem to solve, yet you can't solve it easily. You have to now bear all of this emotional turmoil. He's sitting there like a little child in timeout, bro. He really in the timeout chair. The nigga in the timeout chair. And like, I'm looking at this like, you know what, man? I wouldn't even feel bad if he'd have just dragged her out by the ankles, bro. And I'm biased because I've done that before. So maybe I don't feel so bad about it because it's me and we're talking about. But all I'm saying is sometimes you got to drag a bitch out by the ankles, man. They don't be giving you a lot of options and shit.
You is not from the streets, honey. Street niggas don't act like this.
Yeah, street niggas don't act like this. Nah, you dead ass real. I would have dragged you the fuck out that bitch so bad. There would have been claw marks on the fucking side of the door. You'd have been holding on to the door frame. Gonna tell me street niggas don't act like this. All right. Let me throw this quarter zip on and go to work, bitch.
Street niggas don't act like you a bitch. You a bitch. You a bitch. You was fed off a silver spoon. Ain't shit.
Take that and whoop me. Call your brother.
Boy, you ain't even work. Why? I don't even. My daddy don't even live here. My daddy don't even live here.
You a bitch.
And I'll be that. You called me way worse. I don't care. You call why? You not even worth nobody going to get in trouble for. That's why I ain't reacted the way I used to react. Cause why? You not worth it. A bitch got too much to lose.
Look at him. Look at him.
But I want to address this simping allegation. Do I simp for black women? Yes. I love black women. I don't like y'all niggas. This is an easy decision to make. Sorry.
Nigga looking like Umar right now, bro. Nigga looking like Umar in the timeout chair, bro. He want to slap us so bad. Why he looking like Umar in the timeout chair right now? Nigga trying his best to think of a reason to blame the white man. Nigga trying his hardest to think of a reason to blame the white man. Look at this nigga in the timeout chair. I don't even have a solution for you, bro. I already admit I would have handled this poorly. I'm telling you, listen, I admit right now, I am saying this with no shame. I would have handled this poorly, okay? Like I said, claw marks on the doorway. Deep claw marks. There might have been blood in there. She might have ripped a fingernail off trying to stay in that bitch. I would have handled this poorly. I don't have, you see the way my back work, I don't know how to sit in the timeout chair. The way my lower back is set up, like the timeout chair, like I can't form, like I don't know how to sit comfortable in a timeout chair like that. Like he doing a good job at it though. He, shout out to him though. I don't know how to be doing this type shit. And this is the job though. This is what be expected. And man, come on, man. Listen. But here's the thing. This is where he messed up. Shame on him for not having all that stuff out the house before she came back. All right. Day one, all right. She didn't come home the first night. Cool. You let it happen you waited till a whole other night. During the second night, once the sun went down another time, that shit got to be on the lawn, bro. That shit got to be on the lawn. Strategically, that's the only way to do it. You got to be strategic about this shit. Because she can talk all that shit she want while she picking her stuff up from outside. Now you in your own house in the timeout chair, and she dragging her shit back in the house, having a moment of victory, and you waiting for the white man to come and negotiate your romance, bro.
If I tell you I don't want to talk, I don't want to talk. You can't force me to have a conversation with you because this is where I live, and I'm gonna be where I live. This is why you were upset. This is why you're doing all of this. No, I'm not. All my stuff, all my kids.
You can't even raise your voice, bro. She ain't come home in 2 days, and you can't even raise your voice. God damn. This is terrible, bro. This is a tragedy. This is black love.
Make it stop. Make the hurt stop, please. Like.
Charles, I can do whatever I choose to do. This is not your house.
Oh, she was out at the strip. She a dancer? Oh, bro, you live with a stripper? Nigga, this is you cursed yourself, bro. I don't know why you would even. You got a stripper? A whole stripper. I know you didn't say she a stripper.
I live, and I'm gonna be where I live. This is why you were upset. This is why you're doing all of this. No, I'm not. All my stuff, all my kids' stuff. Charles, I can do whatever I choose to do. This is not your house.
Okay. I think I get it. She stopped dancing to be with him. I think that's what happened. She stopped dancing because they was in black love. You know, he done met the kids like him. It's probably a good school in the area. You know, she was trying to do her black love thing, you know, for the kids, right? She was trying to make a good life for the children.
How dare you say that we are not interested in families in the Black community?
But you know the problem with the dancing girls, man? And it's not even just like strippers. This is just, you know, the girls who are free in that whole sexual world. You know, the professional girls, the sex working women. The call of freedom is just too powerful. You don't understand the call of freedom to you know, professional girls, bro. There's nothing like it, bro. This like Pookie in New Jack City, man. You don't understand, man. She just be calling me, man. She just be calling my name, and I can't quit it. Like that's how they be with the strip club, bro. That stripper pole, bro. Late in the middle of the night, she be naked in bed, laying next to her beta male provider, stepdaddy nigga. He all tired out after humping on her for a little while, and she just be laying in bed, thinking about her days on the pole, her nights of glory and passion, how the men would come for miles and miles around to see her bust it open and throw it down, and they would throw all the dollars, all the money they would pour, all the bottles, all the free drinks. You know, she would just be laying in bed, just niggas sleep, snoring, and she just staring up at the ceiling and shit, you know, thinking about the pink pussycat, remembering all of her favorite clients, you know, because they be having their favorites, right? They be having their favorites and shit, you know, and be thinking about the weird rich guys who just like to give her money and watch her shake it and all that. They sitting there just remembering, and she in the middle of this whole middle of the night, can't sleep, flashback daydream. It's like a waking daydream, you know, staring up at the ceiling or staring out at the window or whatever, and all of a sudden it's almost like it was like a ghost. She thought she heard something. She turned her head. She's like, what? And she goes back to daydreaming, and she's thinking about all the little outfits she used to wear and getting all glammed up, reminiscing on all, beating all the bitches' ass in the locker room, because you know strip club fights, they go down in the locker room. It goes down in the locker room, right? Remembering all the time, and then she hears it again. The pole be calling, bro. The pole is calling. You have no idea. The strip pole is always calling. Once they get the pole in their blood, bro, the sound of Keisha, bro. I mean, the call of the pole, it's hard. They have to literally age out. They have to get to a point where it's just it's physically difficult for them to go back on the pole. Like the pole just stops calling. The pole be like, this old bitch, if you don't stop. Like it's the call of the pole is difficult. It's almost genetically impossible to overcome. You just gotta let them age out of the game.
Want you to talk? This is why you were upset. This is why you're doing all of this. No, I'm not. All my stuff, all my kids' stuff. Go back to strip club. Charles, I can do whatever I choose to do. Not my house. This is COVID. This is not your house. Okay. This is our house. Charles, stop touching. Stop touching my stuff. Stop.
Take some of my home. Where's the police gear? Where's the police gear?
Charles, please stop.
Where's the police gear?
Stop.
Nigga, this nigga Charles about to build a fort. Hold up, what was Charles just doing with them chairs? This nigga Charles built a fort. No, he just built the fort. Look at him. He just built Fort Charles.
Charles, please stop.
Where's the police gear?
Stop.
That nigga built a fort. This is Fort Charles and no girls allowed. I'm weak. Yo, I have never thought of that. I have never thought of that. Hey, Carmen, if we ever get into an argument, just know I might build a fort on your ass, all right? All right, I never thought of that before. That is a whole new move. Nigga just added a move for me. Now I'm thinking about, wow, maybe I should just, all this time, I ain't never built a fort on a bitch before. What could she possibly do once I build these walls up? Like, what could you possibly do to me once I build up my in-house fort? You know what I mean? Like, damn. Damn, it looks crazy, but hold on a minute, Charles. Charles, you just might be on to something now. This nigga is crazy like a fox, bro. What if the fort is actually what was always missing from Black Love, bro? That, you know, damn it, I feel like I'm learning something for the first time ever. I ain't never built a fort on a bro before, bro. All the troubles I've had, all the things I've been through, all the times I've handled things poorly, I have never tried building a fort. Damn it. Look at her. Look at her with siege techniques. God damn it. God damn it. This is why I fuck with you. No bullshit. Carmen, she got siege techniques, all right? We gotta have strategic maneuvers in this Black Love thing, all right? You got this, like siege warfare now. All right. I'm gonna build a fort. And you're gonna have to convince me to come out. Carmen says, go ahead, I'll walk by naked to cook something smelling real good to draw you out. All right. You know what? I was on Witch Doctor's panel, and we were having this whole debate about women apologizing, how women almost never say they're sorry or whatever. And I've kind of come to the point where, like, I get that about women, that, you know, you're gonna apologize with some coochie, all right? Don't keep doing this shit, but I'm willing to accept some coochie apologies as long as you just stop doing this shit, you know? I get how it's a weird ego thing for women to say the physical words, I'm sorry. Like, it's a difficult maneuver for women to pull off. But, like, at the same time, she'll never apologize. But, like, I had a bitch fried chicken naked one time. That was a move. That was a move. That was a very bold move. I had, you know, slow clap. Okay. I'm gonna table this whole problem for the moment now, because this bitch is frying chicken in my kitchen naked. No fear, no nothing. Bold. You know what? You got that. You got that. So I've learned that this is kind of just the deal. That it's the way it is. You know what I mean? We can accept this about women. They don't like to apologize, but, you know, she'll bake a pie with no clothes on, and you're gonna have to learn to live with that. All right? That's just the way God built them. You know, apologies come difficult, but she'll bust it open and look you straight in the eyes and never tell you she's sorry, bro. It's the deal, bro. It's just the deal. God made him that way, and I don't know how to undo that. I don't know if it can be undone. It's just the way we got to work with him, you know. Am I not merciful? I'm not trying to change him. We just got to learn to accept what it is. You know, you got to take the deal you want to make. Can't be out here taking all kind of crazy deals. That's the thing, man. You just got to take the deal that works for you. Keep it 100. I mean, let me see about Wednesday. I don't even know if I can promise you that. You know this is a holiday week, right? I'm pretty sure Thanksgiving is coming up soon. Let me check my schedule. Let me see something, because I think I gotta work Wednesday night. Wait, no, I think I gotta work Thursday morning. Wait a minute. We might be able to pull this off Wednesday night. Hold on. We might be able to pull this off Wednesday night. I think because tonight's Tuesday. Yeah, I'm off tomorrow night. You absolutely right, brother. All right, bet. Politics as usual. Oh, next Wednesday? Not tomorrow night, next Wednesday? Oh, shit. Well, never mind. We'll see about next Wednesday. I'm probably, but I can't promise. I think I am going to be off Wednesday nights, but we'll see. We'll see. I'll see what I can do, man. I'll see what I can do. But I'm about to wrap this one up. We got to get up out of here. It's almost time for me to hit the road. About time for me to make my nightly road trip. We about to get out of here. I don't know. We'll see. If somebody got a nice live stream going on, we might tag in on their show. Let me read some of these super chats. Let me close up this show. And shout out to the I think that's Freeman's Journal. My man, shout out to Freeman's Journal with the $2 Venmo. Says shout out to the future. Absolutely, man. It's all about the future, you know. Got to keep your eyes on the prize, people.
Take control. Take control of your city.
Well, let me see. Chocolate Bunny gifted 1 membership. Shout out to whoever the new member is. Appreciate you joining the gang. As I said, we will be rebuilding the church. It's going to take some time to get, live stream capabilities. I got to get my subscriptions up over there, but thank you for joining. Thank you.
Get it again. Okay, I'm going to say it again. I come in the name of Jesus. Repeat it after me, bitch. I come in the name of Jesus by the power of the Holy Spirit.
Cafe Es Bueno with the $3. Shout out to you, Hood, for consistent content. Appreciate that, bro. Everywhere I go, I gotta be me, man. It's a gift and a curse, bro. I gotta be me.
None of these niggas have motion except for me. There has to be one real nigga left in America, in this damn country.
Rational B with the 5 ball. Pastor Hood putting in crazy work as always. Gulag Truth Church, Christ is God. Absolutely. Thank you so much for that. Shout out to the church, y'all. True Hype with the $2. How many homeless dudes rocking suits, man? Almost none. I imagine there's 1 or 2 guys probably in California somewhere, but pretty much none. Homeless niggas can't afford quarter zips either. Shout out to Dick Thug with the $2. Hood, I don't know you got with one of those. I don't even know what you mean, bro. Which one of those what's? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm saving myself for Carmen. I don't know what you mean, brother. I don't know what you mean.
But does anyone see that? No. Does anyone care about that? No. All they see is an aggressive black girl talking.
True Hype with the $2. Would a shaker like a canned soda be frowned upon? I don't even know what you're referencing no more. This is what happens when you get all out of sync with the super chats, bro. But shout out to the gang, man. We about to get up out of here. Might go stop at Target on the way home and buy me a quarter zip when I get off of work. Quarter zip shiesty combo coming up. I might do my first cammed up live stream with a quarter zip and a shiesty. Just because I'm funny like that. Gotta be different. Hate being the typical nigga. You know? I'm already black. Last thing I want to be is a typical nigga. Quarter zip shiesty season coming up. Appreciate y'all for coming out, man. Hit that like button on your way out, y'all. We getting out of here.
Aspiring to be patriarchs like what white men have, that isn't freedom. That isn't going to help anybody. It's certainly not going to help black people.
It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done.